lot. Top brands competing for your business. Deep discounts from Jacuzzi Hot Tubs, Dreammaker Spas, Nordic Hot Tubs, Sundance Spas, even Hydropool self-cleaning swim spas. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. Save thousands. Hot tubs from $99 a month. Brands compete. You save. The Battle of the Brands Expo, presented by Aquip, Tacoma Mall parking lot. On now. Qualified buyers with credit approval pay just $99 a month for a Dreammaker Cabana with $500 deposit, 10.99%, and 144-month term. Other offers available. See us at Tacoma Mall for more details.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBSC, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBSC in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
Michael Wallace. President Trump is again attacking Jerome Powell, but says it's highly unlikely he will fire the Fed chairman.
He's always been too late, hence his nickname, Too Late. He should have cut interest rates a long time ago. Europe has cut them 10 times in the short period of time, and we cut them none.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe says Trump was leaning towards canning Powell just hours ago.
In a meeting with House Republican lawmakers last night here at the White House, the president floated the possibility of doing so and seemed to infer that he was planning on trying to remove Powell pretty soon.
Not all Republicans want Powell gone. Here's North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis.
Look, I've had problems with Chair Powell. But at the end of the day, I respect him and I respect the independence of the Fed.
Tillis has announced he will not run for re-election after breaking with President Trump and voting against his big tax and spending bill earlier this month. Federal law says the Fed chair can only be dismissed for cause. The president is again blasting his own supporters who are demanding the release of all the files pertaining to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Attorney General Pam Bondi has sparked criticism with her statements about whether there's a client list in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Bondi's statements essentially signaled the case is closed, and that has sparked backlash, even from some Republicans. President Trump first blames Democrats.
It's started by Democrats.
Then he widens the blame.
It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
The president added the Attorney General can release, as he put it, whatever's credible. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
The cause of Sunday's deadly fire at an assisted living facility in Fall River, Massachusetts is still unknown, but Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon is sure it was accidental. He says the first units on the scene faced tough choices.
A chaotic scene. They describe seeing faces in windows, and having to decide who they need to rescue.
9 people were killed. It was the deadliest fire in Massachusetts in 41 years. 6 firefighters were injured. A key party is leaving Israel's government.
The ultra-Orthodox Shas party says it's quitting Prime Minister Netanyahu's government. Shas has been pushing the coalition government to bring in a bill to grant wide military draft exemptions to its constituents. A second ultra-Orthodox party quit yesterday over the same issue. This leaves Netanyahu weakened but not threatened, as Shas said it won't try to topple the now minority government. Elaine Cobb, CBS News.
Stocks finished the day higher. The Dow up more than 200 points. NASDAQ up 47. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Reporter Luke Ducey will be live in just a moment talking about the Pierce County Sheriff's Major accused of driving under the influence. Again, we'll have that in just a moment. But first, from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, looking like a very good mid-morning commute. A little slowing in and out of downtown Seattle, and especially from 520 back to about Northgate. Not sure what's going on there. If you have a traffic tip, you can always text our text line about that. But the Linwood to Seattle Drive is still sitting pretty good at 39 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, 44 minutes. I've just gotten word of a collision on the I-90 eastbound off-ramp to 405, so don't be surprised if you see a little bit of slowing there. But the lake bridges are clear. 405's not doing too bad, and the South Sound commute is looking all green. This report brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Raftery. No charges, at least today, for a Pierce County Sheriff's Major accused of driving under the influence and causing a car crash. KIRO Radio's Luke Ducey has been following this closely. He joins us now live.
Yeah, Jillian, that's right. Pierce County prosecutors just saying moments ago they will not be filing any charges today against Major Chad Dickerson. He, of course, is the member of the Sheriff's Office in Pierce County, part of the command staff at the center of Saturday's felony vehicular assault and DUI investigation. State troopers said Dickerson caused a crash on Saturday with an SUV with 5 family members inside that SUV. He was arrested on suspicion of vehicular assault and DUI. A spokesperson says WSP is still investigating, and prosecutors are now asking the sheriff's office to order witnesses, including deputies investigating Dickerson, to have no contact with Dickerson in order to preserve the integrity of that investigation. Back to you.
Thank you, Luke. You can follow along at mynorthwest.com. And of course, if you have any news tips, you can email our news staff or contact us through our website. The city of Bellevue has a new fire chief after the previous chief retired last year. 28-year veteran Dave Tate officially got the nod after serving as the interim chief. Before you head to the water today during this heat advisory, check the signs. Public Health Seattle and King County says stay out of the water at Green Lake and Juanita beaches. Recent tests found high levels of bacteria, likely from poop. That means swimming could make you sick. We're talking rashes, stomach aches, even infections in your eyes and ears. The garbage is piling up in Bellevue, Renton, Kent, and even more spots. As Republic Services trash collectors are on strike, a daycare told KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson they'd have to rent a truck to get their bags of dirty diapers to a city drop-off site.
What would you have to do, in addition to the truck? I mean, what would you have to do to get that trash to there?
Yeah, well, I'd have to, glove up and go in there and get it out.
The strike started in Boston July 1st and has spread to other areas where contracts are being negotiated or unions are stopping work in solidarity. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. High of 92, clear skies, overnight in the high 50s. Cooler tomorrow at 86 and cooling a bit the rest of this week as well. It is 82 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Wednesday, July 16th. Jake Skorheim here, Spike O'Neill there. Lots of stuff to get to.
Tons going on, buddy.
Tons going on.
Glad you're back, man.
There's some heat advisory. There's always all these advisories.
Yeah, because
advisories for everything these days.
If you have compromised health situations, if you're a vulnerable person, elderly, respiratory issues,
I don't think that's
you're more susceptible. No?
I don't think that's it.
No?
I think this is people trying to get us to tune in more to their advisories. Honestly, I get advisories all the time on my smart devices in my house. They're like, there's an advisory. You have a light rain coming in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all of that. We have a lot of stuff to get to, but first things first, let's get to this major story that everybody seems to be talking about. Luke Ducey joins us now. Luke, welcome to the show. You've been all over KIRO today.
Been all over KIRO, a lot of breaking news and a developing story and an exclusive for KIRO News Radio, certainly. There are 3 things that we could talk about here in the development of the member of the command staff for Pierce County Sheriff's Office, Major Chad Dickerson, and that is, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about
Let's talk about the Dickerson update on the no charges, and then after that, let's talk about the former DUI of his commanding officer, right? His the sheriff of
Sheriff Keith Swank.
Keith Swank.
You
We'll
got
talk
it.
about
Okay.
that. I have an interesting take on that I don't think many other people have. Spike, you might share it with me, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Luke, tell us about Dickerson.
Chad Dickerson was scheduled to be arraigned this afternoon. That's not going to happen now. Pierce County prosecutors announcing just really moments ago that they will not be filing any charges against Chad Dickerson today. That means a couple of different things. A 72-hour hold that included an order that Dickerson have no contact with any victims or witnesses, pretty standard. But that includes deputies investigating the case. Well, that expires at some point now, just naturally. So a spokesperson for the prosecuting attorney's office in Pierce County says WSP, they're still investigating this, and they're asking the sheriff's office to order witnesses to have no contact with Dickerson in order to preserve the integrity of that investigation. So that's brand new.
Witnesses, the Washington State Patrol officers who responded? Is that what they mean?
Could be Washington State Patrol. It could also be the deputies who were on the scene there who were talking with Dickerson as well. They were investigating that
Sure.
part, parts that they are investigating. So it would be people under the command potentially of Dickerson. There's a scenario where they're maybe free and able to talk with Dickerson right now, unless
and he's their boss?
The sheriff imposes an order.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Very
It
interesting.
also includes the victims in the other car, too.
Correct.
Right, yeah, but no one involved with the case. There was a 72-hour hold on contact between Dickerson and all those involved. But that's being, as you said, expiring today. And the prosecuting attorney's office has asked the sheriff's department to reach out and put this order in place to stop him.
Internally, correct.
Internally, from reaching out and talking to these potential witnesses and coordinating stories.
Which I imagine,
trying to win sympathy, trying to plead his case.
Would be easy to do, right?
Well,
he's just not going to talk to the people that he smashed his car into.
Yeah,
if that's what happened.
But now he's not given the choice if this is indeed put into place.
Yeah, if his boss. Now, tell us. Let's get to the boss. Let's talk about Sheriff Keith Swank.
Yeah,
Sheriff Keith Swank. Yeah.
What's the story that KIRO has about him?
This is an exclusive story to KIRO Newsradio. You're only going to hear it here because we've done some digging over the days. Let me tell you, court documents show a state trooper arrested Keith Swank, the sheriff of Pierce County in Pacific County for DUI back in 2007. And his blood alcohol level at the time of that arrest measured, according to court documents, 0.21, which is more than 2 times the legal limit. We had a bunch of questions for Swank. We asked him. He sent me a single statement, however, in an email that said this. This is a recycled 18-year-old story about a charge that was rightly downgraded because I was simply asleep in a parked, privately owned car, privately owned, meaning that it was not a police car because he was a Seattle police officer at the time. Not driving, he was not driving, he said, or endangering anyone. Now, Swank, again, was a sergeant with SPD at the time. According to court documents, Swank entered a plea agreement. In exchange for pleading guilty, prosecutors in Pacific County agreed to amend that charge from DUI to negligent driving. So on Saturday, Pierce County Major Chad Dickerson, as we mentioned, was driving and was arrested on suspicion of vehicular assault and DUI down in Graham. State troopers say Dickerson failed to yield the right-of-way, which caused a crash with an SUV. All 5 people inside that SUV, including 3 young children, were taken to the hospital. But, this was Swank on Monday talking about that DUI, that suspicion. Why? Let me get this right. They're talking about Chad Dickerson being arrested on suspicion of DUI. I'm sorry. I'm a journalist. I got to get it right.
I appreciate it.
Here's Swank.
If there was a law violation here, then the Major Dickerson will be held to the highest standard here at the agency and also within the court system itself.
So the sheriff who hired this command staff member in January has faced his own DUI, and now this command staff member is facing a potential DUI charge as well, and he's involved in this case. The sheriff is speaking about this DUI investigation, which is obviously newsworthy.
And this investigation now is a Washington State Patrol investigation.
Correct.
Because the first thing the Pierce County Sheriff's Office did was turn this investigation over on the scene to the Washington State Patrol. And therein lies a moment of, in the timeline you gave to us yesterday, maybe we can refresh, there was a point where Pierce County Sheriff's Department turned over control of this accident scene, I'm going to call it a crime scene, accident scene, to the Washington State Patrol. And in that interim is when Dickerson was allowed to leave the scene with his spouse. Have I got that correct?
Correct, and we have new information on that as well. So the Pierce County Sheriff's Office about an hour ago sent an email to me And WSP was on that email as well, clarifying with new information about why Dickerson left the scene of that crash on Saturday. That's because, initially Dickerson was told to remain at the accident scene until WSP investigators got there.
Yes.
WSP, though, was running late, according to the sheriff's office. They're getting there a little bit late with their investigators. So a Pierce County sergeant noticed that Dickerson's condition was getting worse, was wincing, they tell me, grabbing his right side. Firefighters offered to take Dickerson right then and there. Let's go to the hospital, jump in the ambulance. He said, no, I'm going to stay here at the scene. But eventually Dickerson's family convinced him to get help. So that sergeant for Pierce County, who at the time was in charge of that scene because WSP was not there on the scene yet, said, okay, and allowed Dickerson's wife to drive him to an urgent care. The WSP investigator arrived, and the sergeant said, you can find Dickerson at the urgent care 10 miles away. That's where they went.
Because originally the story was that he left after being told not to leave, right?
Correct.
And that's still the case. But then when the...
Well, no, he just said that he was told he could go to the hospital.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Both are true. He was initially told not to leave. As the condition worsened, the sheriff on site for
Yeah, but
Pierce
he
County
didn't
Sheriff.
leave when he was told not to leave, and then he was told he could leave, so he didn't leave without permission.
Right.
Well, except now if I got this part right, because there's been a lot of buzz going around the station about the story as it's been developing and different elements come forward. When his condition was worsening, the EMTs on site, the ambulance on site, offered to take him to the hospital. He turned that down. He then was allowed to leave with his wife to go to an urgent care facility. Do we know if the ambulance was still there available to Dickerson? Or had that had also left the scene and the wife was the only option to get him to care as quickly as possible?
I don't know exactly. I think those moments were happening very quickly. Let's assume the ambulance was not there, but
okay.
But instead of calling 911, then it was
I asked because when Dickerson leaves the scene with a private citizen, any possibility of proving that he was driving under the influence evaporates. Because I don't know a lot about crime, but I watch a lot of TV, so I'm purely speculating.
We solve crimes from time to time.
We tend to
the
easy ones. But when you lose chain of custody or of evidence, there's no way to tell when Dickerson consumed alcohol. If the blood alcohol test they took at the hospital under SP or Washington State Patrol directive, when that comes back, if it proves he was intoxicated, there's no way to prove he didn't drink after he left the scene of the accident with his wife.
And in this case, because Dickerson, according to Washington State Patrol, refused to do any field sobriety tests, there wasn't a breathalyzer, there was a search warrant and a blood draw. That evidence is the blood, Dickerson's blood. So, we followed up with a follow-up question, an obvious one, and that is this. It's a policy-driven question. Would Pierce County ever let a civilian leave the scene of a felony vehicular assault and DUI investigation like Dickerson did? And the spokesperson said yes. I asked a former top law enforcement official that same question, and the response on background was Dickerson should never have been allowed to leave with a family member, should have been transported by a paramedic given that option, because the ambulance would have been a controlled environment.
Exactly.
And for investigators, that raises all kinds of questions, because the obvious one is, and this is what pointed out to me, you get into a car with someone who is not a paramedic or someone like that, for prosecutors, it becomes difficult in court later on, because someone could say, I was distraught. I took 5 shots of alcohol on my way to
calm my nerves,
whatever it might be. I
was in shock.
That's a scenario that could happen. Now, the other scenario could be that everything's on the up and up, and and they went right to urgent care because he was in pain, et cetera, and took him right there.
Okay, Luke, thank you so much. Let me ask Spike a question about this Swank stuff, this 2007 DUI.
Okay.
Does this have any bearing for you at all? Do you care about his DUI in 2007 at all?
I don't think it bears. I don't think it bears any kind of. No, it doesn't.
18 years ago,
doesn't cast any dispersion on his judgment for giving Dickerson the job in January.
He would have had to have known that someday in the future, when I hire this guy, someday he might get a DUI. That's. I don't understand the connection there. And also, he says that he was in a car. He gave the statement, and he's going to talk to Jason Rantz, right?
Yeah,
just a little bit.
3 o'clock with Jason Rantz today, KTTH.
He says, this is a recycled 18-year-old story about a charge that was rightly downgraded because I was simply asleep in a parked, privately owned car, not driving or endangering anyone. For me, this doesn't have any. I don't question his judgment because he was arrested for this 18 years ago. I questioned his judgment then to find yourself in a vehicle, even if he was just sleeping.
Well, I think
it's not a good situation to be in, but it's better to be sleeping in a car than driving it.
As a private citizen, I can say I think he did the right thing.
Yeah, to be asleep in the car.
Yeah. I'm not driving this thing.
Tossed the keys in the back and he slept in his car. So to me, that doesn't have a huge bearing on how he's handling this case. It sounds to me like they're letting Washington State Patrol handle it with this new information about Dickerson. And I'm not defending Dickerson here.
No, I hear you.
But if he was told he could leave the scene because he had an injury and he was going to go to the hospital, and then he went to said hospital, it's not like he immediately went home and did something else. Like, we don't know what happened. Yes.
That's the thing. We don't know. Had he been in care of an ambulance,
the likely scenario, given the time, is that he went directly to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because then he shows up at the hospital.
So
also, if I'm a guy who has the option of having my wife drive me to the hospital or an ambulance, there are costs associated with these things. And if you're in good health and you can legally have your wife drive you to the hospital and not take the expensive ambulance ride, I've had family members. My wife had to take an ambulance ride.
No, I hear you. I hear you. And I'm not saying you're wrong about that.
I'm just
saying, here's my problem.
Using that as evidence against him that he's did something horrible because he didn't take an ambulance that was waiting there.
Well,
I don't know if that's fair.
That wasn't the point.
And I know that's not what you were saying.
But the point I was trying to make was this: if that blood alcohol test comes back and it shows he was intoxicated, the fact that he was out of official control of that evidence, which is his blood, at any time, there's no way for a prosecutor to prove that he was operating that vehicle with that blood alcohol level. Because there's no way.
But didn't they claim that he claim he had 2 drinks
on
the golf course?
That doesn't mean he's intoxicated. Whatever blood alcohol level comes back during that official test, which was done at the hospital by Washington State Patrol, now we don't know if that was the same blood alcohol was when he was behind the wheel because he's been out of custody.
I understand that.
So there's no way ever, I think, given what's transpired, this guy will never be charged with DUI.
Yeah,
there's no way.
I don't think he's
or at least
charged with DUI.
They can't prove it because the most crucial piece of evidence, which is his blood alcohol level, has been compromised.
It's also tough because if they want to try to prove that he was driving under the influence, aside from the poor driving,
right. Well, and that's just he's saying it's distracted driving.
Distracted driving.
Yeah, that's what he's claiming.
But you have the responding officers at the time who said that they didn't think that he was impaired. But again, those are deputies, and so you have to say, would Washington State Patrol have come to the same conclusion?
They came to a completely different conclusion, though, right? When they examined him
at the hospital, yeah,
right.
The spokesperson also for Pierce County also spoke to that a little bit today with our James Lynch. James Lynch was asking some of these follow-up questions, and the spokesperson this afternoon explained that our deputies, as far as seeing any obvious signs of impairment, because according to a probable cause declaration, deputies on the scene told a state trooper, we didn't see any obvious signs. She explained, well, they were outside, so maybe they wouldn't have, smelled the odor of intoxicants on the breath, etc.
It's interesting, though, because when they pull over normal people for driving under the influence or for swerving and stuff, it's pretty – I feel like they have a pretty consistent ability to determine if somebody's been drinking, right? Like if you get,
absolutely. Plus,
you pull up to the window and they go, hey, you know what? Have you been drinking tonight? You got a glassy look in your eye. There's all these different things.
Well, yeah.
My neighbor's a canine cop, the human part of it, not the dog. And he was telling me about how you do these DUI stops.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, put me through one right now.
Yeah, observational is a huge part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, like the commanding nature that he took, he's like, all right, let me look at your eyes. Let me do all these things. And we were at a backyard barbecue, walkable distance from my house. It's actually my neighbors just walked over there.
So you were drinking.
So I had 2 drinks.
Okay.
And he's like, I would be able to tell within probably 30 seconds that you have been drinking. And I could put you through tests that would guarantee that I could prove it. And so I'm surprised. I would be surprised that they didn't notice some of these things. Or unless they're just lying, which I don't think. I'm not saying they are.
Here's the thing. We don't know. We'll never know. My only concern here is that if the only evidence that this guy was operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol after playing golf and drinking in the afternoon and getting into an accident, the only evidence is going to be the blood alcohol level. And now that he's been out of the chain, I don't mean to keep harping on it, but now that he's been out of the chain of custody with that evidence, there's no way to ever prove this, ever. I mean, when you can say, when you look at a guy at the scene in an accident, he seemed disoriented. Well, he had a concussion.
Sure.
He had broken bones. You bet your bottom he was disoriented.
He'd
been through a massive
crash where a car flipped.
So the blood alcohol level was literally paramountly the only evidence available if there's been any suspicion of DUI. And there should be. He told you he had 2 drinks at the scene. Letting this guy leave the scene and losing control of the blood alcohol
2 drinks
evidence.
earlier. He didn't have them at the scene.
I know. You know, at the scene, he told them he had 2 drinks. Letting him leave the scene. I cannot believe that the standard policy for the Pierce County Sheriff's Department to let anybody.
What do you expect him to do? He's got a head injury.
Call an ambulance. Call 911. The ambulance was there. I'm just saying.
Multiple law enforcement people that I've talked to said they are surprised that happened. And
he left the scene.
Yes, there was allowed to with a civilian.
To leave with a civilian. And the only other thing I would say is that those same law enforcement people, and I've talked to a lot of them in leadership roles, they all say, you know what, this all comes down to that blood draw.
Mm-hmm.
The evidence is in that blood.
They should have done that faster.
They'll
3
know.
hours after the incident, right? That's when they got it?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours after the incident?
It wouldn't matter how late it was if the guy had been in with a paramedic in an ambulance in a controlled environment.
Do something at the scene? They can't just like knock it out?
If he refuses, you need to get a search warrant.
That's what he did.
Which is the advice that I've heard.
This is just
from
sketchy.
Every law enforcement friend of mine. Just turn it down.
Well, because you're trying to beat a charge.
If you think you possibly might show up, even if you're not like
if you do that,
above the legal limits, but then you lose your license for a year.
But you buy yourself time. But they will get a search warrant, which they do very quickly, and they'll get a blood draw.
Luke, thank you so much for all the work on this. There's tons.
Thank you, Luke Ducey. We have a lot more to get to. This is crazy.
What do you got?
The story about this puppy?
Is this the drug?
Narcon?
Oh.
Did you see this?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, these stories just crush me.
Get on YouTube right now.
Happy ending.
It's a happy ending. Yeah. But there's probably the cutest puppy picture you've ever seen. We're going to show it to you next. So get onto YouTube Live right now. Go to KIRO 97.3 FM on YouTube. And then Jake and Spike So Live is going to pop up. You're going to want to see this picture. It's a crazy story. We'll tell you that to you next. And we hit one of the hottest days of the year so far.
Today's supposed to be it. Yeah.
This is peak Washington weather.
This
is what we wait
for
all year.
Summer.
All year we wait for this weather. How you keep them cool. We'll talk about it next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
Stay ahead of our summer traffic nightmare with Chris Sullivan's Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru.
We've been warning you for more than a year, and now the month of hell is upon us. Northbound I-5 is going to be closed across the Ship Canal Bridge this weekend, followed by a month of lane closures. It is going to be ugly. I'll tell you how to get through it on Choke Points tomorrow morning on Seattle's Morning News.
Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
If you want that summer body you've always dreamed of, then this message is for you, ladies, and you men too. Get rid of extra stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin around the waistline, chin, and under the upper arms with ProSculpt, the new one-day instant permanent fat removal and skin tightening treatment. Maybe you've tried the lasers, fat freezing methods, even those new pills, but without the desired results. ProSculpt is different. It's minimally invasive, performed while fully awake, gentle, yet powerful. Designed to target the waistline, chin, neck, arms, and thighs, ProSculpt uses FDA-cleared plasma technology to deliver immediate, permanent fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, all in just one visit. If you want that summer body this summer, then you must act now. Go to ProSculpt.com today to schedule your free consultation. Get $250 off. For instant, permanent fat reduction and skin tightening, visit ProSculpt.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Progressive knows owning a home can be hard, but not always. Like when you're relaxing on your patio, enjoying a nice, quiet evening. So quiet. Except for the sound of the neighbor's party. Which you said you'd go to if you weren't busy. And your quiet night on the patio, that's not exactly busy, is it? Maybe you should just stay inside. At least Progressive's Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance is the easiest part of owning a home. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Cool cars, cool people, good times. The Good Guys 37th Griot's Garage Pacific Northwest Nationals presented by Wicked Fabrication. All this weekend at the Washington State Fair Events Center. Over 2,500 classics. An earth-shaking Nitro Thunderfest. Tire-smoking burnout competition. And don't miss Good Guys Friday night vintage drags at Pacific Raceways in Kent. All this weekend at the Washington State Fair Events Center in Puyallup. Details at good-guys.com.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Let the smooth sounds of yacht rock take you away. Yachtly Crew brings their cool vibes to Angel of the Winds Casino Resort on Saturday, August 2nd. It's the ultimate throwback party. Doors at 6:30, show at 7:30. Don't miss Yachtly Crew at the Rivers Run Event Center. Tickets start at just $59. Get yours in the Players Club before they're gone. Or go to angelofthewindscasino.com. That's angelofthewindscasino.com.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Raftery. Washington is leading 19 other states in a lawsuit against the federal government. The fight is over a canceled FEMA infrastructure program. Attorney General Nick Brown argues the cuts are illegal and endangers small towns and rural communities, funding projects like evacuation shelters, flood walls, and fortifying bridges. Long days in the other Washington. The Senate kicked off what's expected to be another lengthy vote series Wednesday afternoon as Congress works to deliver on President Trump's request to rescind $9 billion. The president of the union representing Border Patrol agents says resources are coming that will make Washington's border with Canada more secure. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Paul Perez is the president of the National Border Patrol Council, which is the union that represents more than 16,000 frontline Border Patrol agents. He tells the Jason Ranch Show on KTTH that the northern border is just as secure as the southern border.
We don't have the amount of people up there, but we've got enough technology right now that we can safely say, hey, we got
good control of the northern border as well.
In terms of resources for the areas between the points of entry, he says they don't have enough right now, but they will now that the big, beautiful bill has passed. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
The 988 LGBTQ plus youth crisis line goes down tomorrow. This after controversial federal cuts. In Washington state alone, that special subnetwork of the suicide hotline receives more than 800 calls and nearly 300 texts each month. Of course, you can still call that regular 988 number. Oregon's governor declares a wildfire emergency.
Governor Tina Kotek declared the state of emergency due to the imminent threat of wildfire in Oregon. The largest wildfire in the state is burning in central Oregon. It's estimated at more than 64,000 acres, and it's expected to continue growing in hot, dry, and windy conditions. Kotek says her declaration allows for more state resources in at-risk communities. Heather Roberts for CBS News, Portland.
Most of Washington state is under a moderate to severe drought at this moment. 11 fires are burning in our state. 4 are considered large and have destroyed homes and other structures. On Wall Street, the Dow has been up slightly today, 0.28%. And from the Beacon Plumbing traffic desk, again, a moderate commute. We've just had a few snags, and those have since dissipated. 405 northbound a little bit slow, getting out of Tukwila up through Renton and the S-curves, just really moderate off and on slowing, only costing you a few minutes on your drive. I am seeing a little bit more compact slowing on I-5 northbound from about the north end of Boeing Field up into downtown. Not a collision, but just some heavy traffic, and that spillover is happening on the West Seattle Bridge westbound merge. But the I-5 southbound drive looks pretty good. Linwood to Seattle, 39 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, 44 minutes. And, of course, that South Sound drive is looking great. Tacoma to Olympia, 43 minutes. This update brought to you by KIRO News Radio. Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Heating up to 92 degrees today. Clear tomorrow, 86. Overnight lows all this week in the high 50s. By Saturday, a little bit cooler at 75 degrees. It is 82 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a crazy fentanyl story, and actually the timing is interesting. President Trump right now, he's actually hosting families affected by the fentanyl epidemic and signing a bipartisan bill to close loopholes and increase prosecution on criminals trafficking this horrible, horrible drug. Fox News had that story, and locally here, I saw this one, Spike. I couldn't believe this. Lacey Fire Department put this tweet out. Actually, I think this is on Instagram where I saw this. Quick thinking, this is from the Lacey Fire Department's Instagram page. It's adorable. In fact, we're going to post the picture right now. Do we have it on YouTube, Laura? Can we put it up for our live streaming audience who's enjoying us live?
Oh, boy.
Look at the picture of that little puppy. That's a cute puppy. Okay, listen to this. Quick thinking, steady hands, one lucky pup. This is from the Lacey Fire Department's Instagram post. Today, one of our crews found a small puppy unresponsive inside a vehicle where fentanyl was present. Using their training and a small dose of Narcan, like the most adorable Narcan dose you've ever heard of, they were able to revive the puppy on scene, and we're happy to report it's doing well. Look at that thing.
That's unbelievable.
How a dog like that fell into a drug addiction, I have no idea. Well, so sad. So sad. Adorable, though, and they got him out of it.
It's beautiful.
I make a joke, but he probably picked it up from the owner of the car.
It's
very sad. They said it's not every day we use Narcan on a four-legged patient, but our teams are ready for just about
That's such
anything.
Tiny little pup.
It's the tiniest, cutest dog.
How do you? It's almost a miracle. And not to make a little bit. This guy knew what to do, and because too much Narcan's for something that small.
I mean, how would you even measure that?
I know, right?
The size of his hand. Laura, how big do you estimate that dog is?
It looks like a Chihuahua, but then a baby Chihuahua.
I know.
So, I mean,
mixed with like a wiener dog or something. It's tiny, 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 tiny. It's adorable.
You could cup this puppy in your two hands.
It's a cup pup. For
pup.
sure. Yeah, it's a cup pup. This sounds like a really dark episode of Paw Patrol.
A cautionary tale, if you will.
Cautionary tale, exactly. Chase, we found Narcan, Chase. What do we do? This pup needs Narcan, quick. Call Ryder. I know all the names because my kids
I know.
watch,
Yeah, your
my
boys
kids-
love Paw Patrol.
They watch Paw Patrol. They know. They don't normally on that show. They haven't dealt with fentanyl. Yet.
No, but
and I hope they don't. Usually, it's just like a mayor who's got a bunch of cats.
I know, but kids, you know what though? I mean, this little pup came across fentanyl in a car. We far too many times you hear stories about little kids who come across drugs innocently enough, right?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Maybe Paw Patrol would serve them well to educate kids.
I think we can leave.
You don't think we can?
I think we leave
submit a
fentanyl
script idea.
Crisis out of.
Let's submit a script idea to the makers of Paw Patrol.
How would that look?
I don't know you got to know that. I've never seen it. I've only seen it peripherally from lunchboxes.
I forget
and
the name
clothing.
where they live. They live in a very idealistic place. It's like something Bay, like Patriot Bay or something.
Okay.
It's adorable little
It's not
town.
Pawtucket.
It's not Pawtucket. No,
should
that would be a
be.
good name. They could vacation in Pawtucket. No, but if they did
Adventure Bay.
Adventure Bay.
That's pretty cute.
Oh, that's
Adventure
so cute.
Bay. Yeah, it's
Oh,
adorable.
man. Yeah, let's leave the kids out of
Let's
this.
leave the kids out of it.
Just and thank goodness to the Lacey Fire Department. Good on you.
Oh my gosh, good
Yeah.
work. Good work for them. That's amazing. And the picture of the dog. Can we put that back up real fast, Laura? It's too cute not to show many times. And this firefighter here, he's got some cool tattoos.
He's got some ink. Yeah, he's a good-looking young man,
Good for him.
strapping young guy.
Yep.
You know what? Today you mentioned it's going to be the hottest day of the year.
Super hot today.
You're going to have these firefighters that may have to be rescuing pets from cars.
From hot cars. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There's a new bill. There's a new law, actually, that's takes away the penalty if somebody breaks into a hot car. There was a civil penalty associated with that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Property destruction. Yeah.
Property destruction for saving somebody's life or for breaking their animal. So somebody
Right.
goes shopping.
Oh, yep.
And they leave their animal in the car with the window cracked.
Yeah.
The car can still heat up in a matter of, listen to this. If it's mid 80s in Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
which it's hotter than that right now, or will be later today. But let's say it's an 80-degree day, and you have a pet in the car in just 25 minutes, even with the window cracked, according to the NHS, that temperature can skyrocket to over 110 degrees in 25 minutes.
And this new law that's on the books, it's House Bill 1046. If it's a child you see in a hot car, alone in a hot car, or a pet, it's now no penalty for breaking the window and saving this pup or this kid.
Here's the thing, that doesn't take effect till July 27th. I think they could speed this thing up.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just saying, we're getting a hot streak right now. I hope
Yeah.
obviously I hope there's no incidents. And I hope that somebody would recognize if a stranger broke into their car to save their pet, that they were doing so with the best of intentions. They're not trying to cause the property damage.
No, I hear
They
you.
just
I
want to
hear you.
save the
But
car, the
there's,
pet.
I've seen so many videos of people who they get there and they become just, I don't want to say self-righteous, because you want to make sure the pet's safe. God forbid the kid's safe. But these people say, oh my God, a dog in a car.
Mm-hmm.
And for all they know, it's been in there for an hour, but it may have been 1 minute.
Yeah, but
May
you're
run
right.
in the
It could have
store.
been 1 minute. You could see somebody who walks out.
Right. And so,
to a
oh my
car
gosh,
that's just
there's a
parked.
dog locked in a car on a day like this. Give me a break, smash. I can't go to jail. Boom.
I don't know about you guys, but my mom left me and my sister in the car all the time when she ran into the grocery store.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that was just, yeah.
Standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents did that all the time.
I leave our dog in the car because pup loves to go for drives. You know, our little Ferris loves to go for drives, and I'll leave him in the car.
But I think you'd probably also recognize if you thought it was going to be unsafe conditions.
I won't be taking him today.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah,
like
but
you wouldn't put him in the car on a day like this. If it was 60 degrees outside, you probably don't worry about it too much.
Right. But this is a picture I asked Laura to find for me, as I've seen this before. This is for the overzealous rescue ranger out there who sees a dog in a car.
What does it say?
It says there's a dog in the car, and it says there's a note that says the AC is on.
He has water and is listening to
Steely Dan.
Oh, nice.
He's having a great time. Don't interrupt him. I'll be right out of the store.
I've seen this same picture, but it's not a dog in the car. There's just like a guy sleeping in the driver's
she's
seat.
shopping in it.
And she puts the sign in, and it's just like, it's a bored husband who's sleeping in the car.
Don't worry, he's okay. The air's
He's okay. Please don't disturb him. He's fine.
He doesn't need rescuing.
But he might pee in the car if he has to.
Just a cautionary tale today, guys. It's going to be super hot, as Jake
That's a
mentioned.
great title for your Paw Patrol episode.
Cautionary tale, right? It's going to be hot today. Don't take your pup, and if they are in the car, it can get over 110 quickly.
Yes.
In a car, especially if it's in the low 90s today.
Yes.
It can get much hotter and dangerously hot. Don't do it. Leave them home today if you can.
Can I tell you guys real fast before the break here? In Great Britain, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Actually, I'm going to have to tell you when we get back. I'll tell you when we get back.
But what about Great Britain?
They have a suggestion of what to do because they don't have they're very environmentally friendly in Great Britain. So a lot of people don't have AC.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to cool your house down, here's a easy trick to cooling your house down. Yeah. And so they're recommending that you do something.
Interesting.
Experts from Loughborough University have come up with a solution, and it is
never heard of it.
Loughborough?
Loughborough.
Seriously,
it's one of the dumbest.
It was my default school.
Yeah, it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Loughborough, is it real?
It's real.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
The BBC. It's
With
a story
name
from the BBC.
I'm gonna Google Loughborough and see what comes up.
Yeah, see if
let's
it's
find
real.
out. Okay, and tell us
You'll
what they
never
suggest.
guess how it's spelled.
Tell us, yeah, right.
No, you won't.
L-U-G-H, I bet, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Tell us
We'll
what
tell
they
you when we get back.
suggest. Okay,
Yeah, when we
great.
get back.
I love this.
Also, there's an auction for something from outer space. Crazy amounts of money. Is it worth
Alien
it?
from 51?
It's close.
Oh.
It's close to that. It's Martian for sure. We'll tell you about it when we come back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
Get the latest from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO News Radio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Seattle Children's is leading the fight against pediatric cancer with groundbreaking research in immunotherapy. It reprograms a child's own T cells to hunt down and destroy cancer. It's hope, powered by science. But here's the truth. Pediatric cancer research is drastically underfunded. That's why Safeway is stepping up, and you can too. G. Scott here asking you to say yes to donating to Immunoheroes next time you're at Safeway checkout. Together, we can help fight cancer for all kidkind.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Cold is weakening, rocks are moving, and mold is creeping, and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event, going on right now through July 20th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Jazz Alley and KIRO News Radio are teaming up to send you to opening night, July 31st, with R&B legends Confunction, plus dinner for two. One unforgettable night on us. Enter now at mynorthwest.com/win.
Hey, this is Pete from Home Matters. Tune in this weekend when we'll talk with local business owners about everything in and around your home. Join us on Saturdays from 2 to 3, right here on KIRO News Radio, or listen to the podcast on mynorthwest.com.
Over 400 tariff-free new Kias are available now at Kia of Everett. With easy lease and financing options, experience simple, easy, fun at Kia of Everett today.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff to get to, lots of stuff. There's an auction that's happening that we're going to tell you about in just a second. I believe it's a Sotheby's auction for a rock from outer space. You're not going to believe the price of this thing. But first, before the break, we were talking a little bit about the extreme heat we've been dealing with in Great Britain, again, where they're probably a couple years ahead of us as far as like laws about climate change, what you're allowed to put in your house, building things. Well, just
a little more progressive probably than we are.
Yeah.
Plus, they've got like literally millennia of dealing with heat that we don't, because they've been a civilized island empire.
Yeah,
1,000 years.
They've been doing it
right
dumber than we have for a lot longer.
They've been trying to beat the heat for 1,000 years over there in the UK.
Here's what you do in the UK, and this is if I have to trade in my air conditioner for this, no, thank you. But in the UK, this is their suggestion. Dr. Ben Roberts, he's a senior lecturer at Loughborough University, which, Spike, you have determined.
Did some research. Loughborough, L-O-U-G-H, Borough, B-O-R-O-U-G-H.
Everything is a G-H over there.
I mean, they're legit. They're a premier research university.
Really?
Yes. And they've got sport. Rugby, cricket, football. And what they mean soccer when they say football.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Loughborough Lightning.
That's amazing.
Right?
Pretty cool looking kits,
so it's legit,
actually,
right?
Which is what they call jerseys in Great Britain.
There you go right there, babe.
All right, so here's what they suggest. They said we can help you get your houses to cool down during the day by simply spreading yogurt on your windows. Spreading yogurt on your windows. That's their suggestion in that advanced country. They say yogurt on your windows is the best way to cool your house down. Maybe not the best way. Air conditioner obviously would work a lot better.
Or ice, if ice is available.
Or ice, if that's available.
But if all you got's yogurt, here's what you do.
You spread it on your window. They say spread it on your window, and eventually, they say, within 30 seconds when drying, it smells for about 30 seconds, but then it quickly dries because, again, it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
And then the smell disappears, they say. And what it's doing is it's protecting you from some of the radiation that comes in through the light.
Okay.
Now, this is also achievable by smearing almost anything on your window.
What did they say about,
I don't know why
peanut
they
butter,
settled on yogurt.
hand cream.
Peanut butter would have worked.
Sure.
Well. It probably would attract birds, and it might melt differently.
Yogurt.
But they say, on average, it can cool your house down by 0.6 degrees Celsius, which is not like a massive amount.
No, it's not bad.
But
that's a couple degrees Fahrenheit.
It's a couple, but is it worth having yogurt on your windows that then you have to clean off? Because you will have to clean the dried yogurt.
Well, sure,
off
and you're supposed to completely cover the window in yogurt.
Completely covered it, so you cannot even
stop the rays of the sun from coming.
You can't even
through.
see out your window.
Wow.
You're just looking at yogurt, and they say yogurt weird in Britain too. Did you know
yogurt?
That?
How do we say this word with British pronunciation? Yogurt.
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 Seems strange.
You remember? Remember my best? Oh, no, was that what movie was it? Notting Hill.
Oh yeah.
Something wrong with this yogurt. Oh yeah, it's mayonnaise. Oh okay. He keeps eating it.
Who's the guy who plays that guy? He's
his name was Spike in the movie. He's been in a ton of stuff. He
was also in Spider-Man.
He was in House of Dragons.
Yep.
He's been in a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
he's good.
He's fantastic.
Reese something. Reese
Witherspoon. No, it's not.
It's Reese Witherspoon. That's it.
She's so versatile.
She's an amazing actress. All right, listen to this auction that Sotheby's is doing for a 54-pound. This is a wild story. A rock from Mars. 54-pound rock. It's the largest ever found on Earth. Sotheby's, New York. This story from AP. Will be auctioning what's known as the NWA 16788. It's not a very catchy name.
I'd rename
Wednesday.
it.
Yeah, I would just call it Mars Rock.
Mars Rock.
That's what I'd start with. It's part of a natural history themed sale that also includes a juvenile dinosaur skeleton. But the rock is 70. Let's see here. How much does it weigh?
It's like 54 pounds. Is that what you said? In the descriptive?
The rock is, I think, let's say that's the number. I don't have it in front of me. Let's say that's the number. But they expect it to sell between $2 and $4 million.
Well, yeah, it's
there's
no other rock like it on Earth. Literally.
You're right, because it's a
Martian rock.
It's a meteorite. According to the auction house, I don't know how they came up with this. Listen to this. The meteorite is believed to have been blown off the surface of Mars by a massive asteroid strike before traveling 140 million miles.
Wow.
Going twice around the moon. No, I don't know. They knew that. Where it finally crashed into the Sahara. It was discovered in 2023.
Wow.
But how do they know all that?
They can tell so much about different planets. The technology's amazing. They carbon dated it or whatever. They chipped a piece of it off. Can I buy just a piece of it? Does the guy who buy it, is he able to break it down in smaller pieces?
Selling it as a whole.
Selling it as a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
But the guy who buys it, I mean, I'd farm that out.
You can break it off?
I'd make jewelry out of it.
Sell Mars rocks?
Yeah, bet.
Pretty valuable.
Is it cheaper than going up to Mars and getting a piece yourself?
Slightly.
Oh, probably so.
Yeah, well, then I see the value.
Yeah.
What if we bribe, Katy Perry or, Laura Sanchez? Next time Jeff sends all them up into space.
Or Musk or Sanchez or Bezos sends them up.
Sends them up. Grab me a rock.
mission.
Yeah, grab me a rock while you're up there. Yeah.
That'd be sweet. I would love to have it. Wouldn't it be cool to
have a Mars rock? Yeah.
That'd be sweet. $4 million or so? I don't know. I'd rather have something else.
People have way too much money on their hands. Can we agree on that? The people who buy these crazy auction items, they got the $6 million worth of banana taped to a wall.
I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say no. They don't have enough money.
No, they don't have too much.
All right, we got a lot more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Stay ahead of our summer traffic nightmare with Chris Sullivan's Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru.
We've been warning you for more than a year, and now the month of hell is upon us. Northbound I-5 is going to be closed across the Ship Canal Bridge this weekend, followed by a month of lane closures. It is going to be ugly. I'll tell you how to get through it on Choke Points tomorrow morning on Seattle's Morning News.
Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I'm here with Jonathan from DUI Heroes to discuss an easy mistake to make when you get pulled over for DUI.
You don't have to perform voluntary tests, like the standardized field sobriety tests or the voluntary preliminary breath test out on the roadside. They're voluntary by nature, which means you can simply say no thank you. You also can ask to speak with a lawyer immediately.
Which is where DUI Heroes comes in. 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com, your DUI defense specialist.
Are you trying to buy a new home, or are you a local real estate agent seeking financing for a client? We're all tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and endless guidelines. Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
Hey guys, it's Keith Dashafi from Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington, and we are not done celebrating 100 years of industry leadership. For a limited time, get $100 off every window, $100 off every door, or choose 60 months of 0% financing with no interest and equal payments. That's right, 100 years strong, and we're giving you more ways to save on the Pella difference. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaPNW.com. Thank you again for letting us serve you in the Northwest.
Crank up the hits and bring on the boom. It's 80s fireworks night at T-Mobile Park. Get ready for a totally tubular show this Friday, presented by T-Mobile. The Mariners face off against the division rival Astros at 7:10. And after the game, the sky will light up to the sound of your favorite 80s jams. Big hits on the field and more big hits after dark.
Grand slam! Julio takes it deep and clears them off.
Mariners baseball, fireworks, and hair metal? Sounds like a rad night. Lock in your seats now at Mariners.com and check out what else is on deck at the ballpark this summer, including 3 straight value games against the Brewers, July 21st through 23rd. And the next Mariners fireworks show on August 1st.
Goodbye, baseball. He does it again. Home runs in 3 consecutive games. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper.
Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
When you speed, you have less time to react. Follow the speed limit to keep other road users safe. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Michael Wallace. President Trump has been going back and forth on whether he will fire Fed Chairman Jerome Powell.
President Trump has long complained the Fed chairman has been too slow to lower interest rates. But will he fire Jerome Powell?
So he's doing a lousy job, but no, I'm not talking about that.
But just moments later,
I don't rule out anything, but I think it's highly unlikely.
Unless he said there's fraud, citing cost overruns in the renovation of the Fed's headquarters. He also said he did discuss Powell's future with members of Congress.
I said, what do you think? Almost every one of them said I should.
By law, the Fed chair can only be fired for cause. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
Trump's flip-flopping on Powell's fate sent Wall Street on a wild ride today. At the closing bell moments ago, the Dow was up 213 points. President Trump is also lashing out at his Republican supporters who are demanding the release of more files about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Trump says they've bought into a hoax. He again defended Attorney General Pam Bondi.
You know, whatever's credible, she can release it. If a document is credible, if a document's there that is credible, she can release. I think it's good.
More from CBS's Scott McFarland.
The president is trying to turn the page and move people past this, but his social media posts so far have not done that over the past few days. And Pam Bondi speaking yesterday, saying we're not going to talk about Epstein, didn't do the job either.
The Senate is considering a bill that would rescind $9 billion of funding for foreign aid and public broadcasting. CBS's Nicole Killian says 3 Republicans opposed the clawbacks, including Alaska's Lisa Murkowski.
She has certainly expressed concerns with respect to the impact on public broadcasting, particularly in a state like Alaska, which has a lot of rural areas.
Vice President J.D. Vance had to cast a tie-breaking vote yesterday just to advance the package. The cause of the fire that killed 9 people at an assisted living facility in Fall River, Massachusetts Sunday is still a mystery.
State police fire investigators are working to determine how and where the fire started. Fall River Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon.
I'm comfortable saying that it's an accidental fire. There's nothing intentional about this fire.
On questions about understaffing at the fire department, he says it is a problem.
I'm not the only fire chief that fights with the mayor and asking for more manpower. I think that there's a lot of mayors right now that are looking at this situation going, I have 20 of these in my city. Maybe I need to wake up and listen to the fire chief.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Some California farm workers have gone on strike, calling for an end to immigration raids.
For too long, we have sacrificed our health, our youth, our families, all without the basic retentions of citizenship.
An estimated 40% of farm workers in the U.S. are undocumented. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
An update in the case of the Pierce County Sheriff's deputy investigated for driving impaired. We'll have that in just a minute. But first, from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, we have a collision, I-5 southbound at South 200th Street, blocking 2 right lanes now, and that has a little bit of a dense backup behind it. We will be monitoring the situation, but other than that, I-5 is pretty clear all the way up from that into Seattle until you hit the north end of Boeing Field. Then you get a little bit of slowing into downtown. I-5 southbound is struggling a little bit from Northgate down into the downtown core. Let's get those travel times. Linwood to Seattle, 39 minutes now, 44 minutes Federal Way to Seattle. The east side is still looking good. 405 in and out of the 90 interchange is a little bit slow. There was a stall earlier on the I-90 eastbound ramp there. That has since cleared. And we're looking great on the lake bridges. We're looking great in Bothell. Sometimes we see slowing around the interchange area with I-5, but that's nothing today. And of course, the Tacoma Drive is fantastic. This update is brought to you by the Home Comfort Alliance. Get lower home energy bills, cleaner air, and year-round comfort with AeroSeal duct sealing starting at just $99 for PSE customers replacing their furnace or heat pump. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. We had been expecting a Pierce County Sheriff's Major in court today. Now we're told that's canceled because no charges are being filed, at least for now. Major Chadwick Dickerson is accused of driving impaired and causing a rollover crash that seriously injured one person. The State Patrol is still investigating. Prosecutors say they're reviewing evidence as it comes in. Before you hop into a lake to cool off this summer, read the signs around the water. Juanita Beach and the West Beach at Green Lake are closed because of fecal bacteria contamination. Yep, that's poop, and it could make you sick. Last year, tests found widespread pollution in 3/4 of Washington's beaches.
A new study from Environment America Research and Policy Center finds that about 76% of Washington's beaches recorded at least one day with unsafe fecal contamination in 2024. 63 beaches were tested, and potentially unsafe levels were recorded at 48. Just this week, people have been advised to stay out of the water at Green Lake's East Beach and Juanita Beach in Kirkland because of bacteria. A contaminated beach can be caused by things including outdated and deteriorating sewage systems, polluted storm water, and livestock. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
We are on the heels of 2 colossal road closures this weekend, including Revive I-5 in Seattle. It begins tomorrow in Snoqualmie.
The Diamond Diverging Interchange is partially built at that State Route 18 I-90 interchange. WashDOT wants to wrap this up by next weekend, but it'll take 8 full days of closures. Thursday at 9 p.m., both directions of State Route 18 will shut down beneath the I-90 overpass and won't reopen until next Friday. Detours will be in place. In Seattle, Revive I-5 is back and shuts down all northbound lanes between I-90 and Northeast 45th at midnight Friday. When lanes reopen Monday morning at 5, drivers will be down to 2 lanes across the Ship Canal Bridge through mid-August. During this weekend's closure, the express lanes will stay open northbound.
That's Nate Connors with KIRO News Radio. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. 92 and sunny today, sunny and 86 tomorrow. It's 83 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO Newsradio.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome. It's hot out there. What's the temperature right now in Seattle? Do we know? Jillian probably just said it a second ago.
Yeah, I'm checking my weather app on my phone because I'm
shoving food in my face. 85 degrees.
Yep.
On its way to 89 degrees by 4 p.m. Hot. Nothing better on a hot day than garbage sitting out because it's not being picked up because there's a strike happening.
I can smell it.
Can't you just smell it? What's that delicious, warm, garbagey smell that we all love so much?
And that story that we had of the daycare center that's there's a daycare center, and they've got this avalanche of diapers.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Because of the garbage strike?
Yes.
That's the worst.
And and this company's actually, the daycare center is going to rent a truck because they're not going to put them into their own private vehicles
for all of
to haul them.
They have that many diapers?
Yeah, it's their daycare center.
That makes sense.
That's what they do. That's why you pay them.
Listen to this. So there's this garbage strike. We've been talking a little bit about this. It's growing. It was in, I believe yesterday we were talking about the strike in Renton. They were striking in solidarity, right, with the workers in Boston. And I do have a problem with striking in solidarity.
Okay.
Because if your contract is working for you right now and you've agreed to something, but you're not doing the work because somebody else's contract is not working for them, I don't like that. I understand unions. I get it. They're all Teamsters, and I get it. I understand it's leverage, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then Boston feels the squeeze and the pressure because people are calling from Seattle saying, why is my garbage not being picked up because you guys are not negotiating in Boston?
Well, in Boston, San Francisco, Atlanta, there's cities across the country.
Ottawa.
That are affiliated
Ottawa,
with Republic directly. That's the company that's striking in Boston. That's the company here in town. They're local affiliates of Republic Service. Yeah. That company's workers, in solidarity with the Union Brothers back in Boston, are refusing to pick up your garbage, and it's stacking up.
Lacey, Washington as well.
Yep. I had to check my own personal. The company that we have contracted for our neighborhood is not.
Are you a Republic?
Nope, we're not. So if you want to bring your stuff to my house today, if it's stacking up at your house, you can bring it to my house.
I would not make that offer. That's legally binding. He's joking, folks. That's a joke.
Hypothetically,
yeah, don't do it. But
put it in the KIRO News.
No, don't do that.
I am so kidding.
People are trying to figure out what do you do with all this hot garbage because it does pile up. Like we just had garbage night last night, and there's a lot of garbage. Thankfully, my area is still picking up, so I was able to get it all in there.
Are you Republic?
I don't believe I'm Republic. No,
okay.
I think I must.
Because they do cover you. Because they also cover your neighborhood, my neighborhood. Republic has contracts with various sections of my city of Shoreline, your city of Snohomish.
Yeah. I don't think I'm Republic though.
Okay.
Are they the blue bins?
They're the blue bins with. Does it have a decal that looks like the bicentennial?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
It's a white star with red, white, and blue trim around it. That's the Republic logo.
I don't think I'm Republic.
Mine's Recology. That's who has our contract in our particular neighborhood.
Well, people are trying to figure out where to throw their trash away. In Bellevue, they're dumping it themselves, which is an option. You can go to a transfer station.
Yeah.
It definitely was inconvenience. There's a long line there.
Oh, it was backed up. It was half-hour wait.
And not everyone played fair.
So I had like a 2-block wait, and then there's one guy that came in, and he tried to cut inside.
Oh.
I mean, normally I let people in, but not this time.
You're going to cut off a guy with a car full of hot garbage?
Don't do
it.
What
are you nuts?
Don't do it. Yeah, that's not. You know what, though? I love going to the transfer station.
Yeah?
Don't you love going to the dump?
There's something very viscerally satisfying about it.
Satisfying.
Yeah, it really
Laura,
is.
do you like going to the dump? You go to the dump
Honestly,
much?
I do. I don't like throwing stuff onto that big pile.
Oh, that's the best part.
Oh, I'm not very strong.
Oh, okay.
I can't really stand far enough away from it and hurl hard enough.
See, we have a ledge.
But I feel like a man when I go.
Doesn't it? It
like
feels
loading up the back. I feel like suddenly my CRV feels like a truck.
Nice.
And I'm like, I'm taking care of this house.
Yeah.
I'm doing what needs to be done.
Yes.
I'm doing the hard work
Yes.
that nobody else wants to do. It does. I take my kids every time I go. I'm like, let's go, kids. We're going on a dump run. And they're like, I don't want to go. But then they're always really excited when we get there.
Yeah,
The smell.
Yes, it's awesome.
Got to watch where you step, though. It's really wet. It's gross, too, when you think about all the garbage and all the crap that people are throwing away, and then it gets on your shoes, and then you get back in the car with the shoes, and then the kids end up climbing on the seats. It's disgusting.
You need dump flip-flops.
You should. Well, I wouldn't wear flip-flops, but
maybe a closed toe,
maybe
old
like
sneaker.
Maybe those paper
boot.
booties. You know, that you put when the carpet guys come over and clean your carpet, they put those paper booties on, right?
Gross.
Then you sit on the seat, and then you can just like ball those up and toss them onto the pile right before you drive away.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
you could.
Disposable.
I always stand in the back of the truck, and I always see how far I can throw things.
Okay, yeah, it feels great.
I always feel like everybody else is doing the same thing. Like all the other guys there are always trying to like who can throw their stuff
Herc it out there, yeah,
deeper or farther into the pit. It just feels good.
We have a 2.5 foot wall that we back up to and then throw it 20 feet down into the pit and have it just crash. Because when you're throwing like old furniture and
What's
stuff.
What's your favorite thing to throw?
Oh,
I know mine immediately. Anything glass.
Yeah, big piece of glass.
Anything glass.
At one time we changed out we had some big old windows in our home that were like a gold colored glass, very 70s. Our house was very Brady Bunch-ish.
Yeah.
We put in nice new clear thermo, energy efficient.
Yeah. Triple glazed.
I got
windows,
to take those big old 6 foot sheets, 6 foot by 4 foot sheets of glass. Pow!
Doesn't that feel good?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Just a good feeling. Yeah. It's nice. I don't know why these guys would strike. That's a fun job.
The injury rate among sanitation workers among the Bostons is like 3 times higher than the industry average, and they want safer.
Why is that?
I don't know. They're striking for safer work conditions and fairer wages. Of course, most strikers
Quit hurting
always
yourself.
Yeah, do it better. I guess
do the job better.
Buy some gloves and invest.
I don't know what they're up against, but that's interesting. That's 3 times worse than anywhere else.
Yeah, I'll verify. I read this yesterday when we were covering the story yesterday. I'll go back and reread and verify that. I don't want to give you misinformation.
No, I believe it. It sounds believable.
It's a dangerous, stinky job.
It's a dangerous job. People do throw away stuff. It's disgusting, but it's also a pretty good paying job. Like it's a good job. Have you ever looked into full-time like garbage work?
Oh, no. Now, you know, it's funny. When I left this industry and I was unemployed for a year and a half, and I was looking for other avenues, other employment, other careers, and I was literally looking around. That's a young man's game.
Sanitation is pretty young.
It's a young man's game.
You got to have a good back.
The days had passed me by.
If you were,
I'll never be a pro ball player. I'll never be a garbage man. You know, those were heartbreaking realizations for me.
It's never too late.
It is for these hips, for these back. I don't think I could carry my weight.
No, I don't think you
Not
do.
Today.
The truck does a lot, though. I've noticed the truck does a lot.
It's funny you mention that
because they don't do a lot of lifting. Actually,
it's funny you mention that because I came out of the house last week. My cam was gone, and I'm thinking those punk kids. First thing I think of those punk kids. And I called my
teenagers.
And I called my company. I said, "Hey, you know, I'm current on my bill. You guys didn't like repo my can. Did somebody stole my can?" And he goes, "Let me check. Oh no. It says here. There's a note from the driver. The can fell into the machine."
Which happens.
Because to your point, they pull up next to your can in a truck, sitting on their butt, drinking a cool drink, and they pull a lever, and a fork comes out. Grabs your can, takes up, and then shakes it a couple times if it's crammed pretty full, which we tend to do.
Yes.
And with the trying to shake things loose procedure, my can fell into the truck.
That happens.
And yeah,
it happens all the time.
That's what I'm finding out.
We lost ours one time too. We did the exact same thing.
It fell into the truck.
We called them up. They're like, "Yeah, most likely just fell into the truck."
Yeah.
I'm like, how often is this happening?
Right. Apparently.
But within the next day, they replaced our can, which was great.
I got a new can. I was like, good. I was going to wash it anyway. You guys saved me the trouble.
I'm up on I did this last night, and I realized even as we're talking right now, are you guys the kind of people? And I'd be interested from the text line 888-973-5476, also on the YouTube line in the chat section there. I am literally stomping down trash every single week. I'm up on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm balancing against the side of my house. I'm holding on so I don't die.
Yes.
And I'm stomping it down every single week. And we have the largest trash can that you can have for a house.
Us too. And my neighbors have smaller cans than we do, and I feel embarrassed by that.
Why would you feel embarrassed? They should be embarrassed for having such a small can. What kind of life are they living? They have no garbage.
That's not a life.
That's not a life.
It's not America.
You have no people in your life. If you have a small garbage can, you have nothing important in your life that you can throw away like we do.
Right.
I don't know how people get away with it. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something better than we are because I'm throwing away so much trash.
You do the same thing with your recycling. You stomp it down.
Recycling is not as bad as I'm better about compressing it. My wife doesn't know how to compress anything, so she just tosses it away.
Whole boxes without breaking them down? Well, who does? Really?
This is a personal gripe, but I want to share it with you.
Sure. No, that's why we're here, man.
We have under my kitchen sink, which is where it's the universal place for garbage cans. Is that where you keep yours? Yeah. So
what am I, an animal? Of course.
Yeah. So under the kitchen sink, I have a garbage can and I have a recycle can. And every single day, my wife goes, "Recycle's full," and I'm like, "I just emptied it." She goes, "Well, it's full again." And I look in there, and if she's home with the kids all day, so she's predominantly throwing things away. Okay. She doesn't compress anything. I'm like, "Sweetie, it's going to be full if you throw away milk cartons without ever compressing them down." And she goes, "Well, it's kind of tough." I'm like, "Well, it takes like a half second. You could do it."
We rinse ours out and then crush them and seal them crushed.
Same.
Boom.
Same.
I get 6 of them in there, not one.
We buy the half-gallon milks from Costco. I get the half-gallon milks, the 4-pack from Costco, the Kirkland ones. And she'll throw those away full. And she goes, "Oh, it's amazing that the recycle's always full." I'm like, "Well, of course it's always full. You're never breaking anything down." Or like if there's ever a box of frozen waffles, she tosses it in.
Oh, no.
A box of Keurig things. We don't use that anymore because I'm doing a lot of percolating
flatten it
now.
out. You get 20 of them.
Gotta flatten it out. It's crazy to me. And she's always like, "Nah, it always gets done." I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm doing it every single time."
It always gets. There are magic elves that come around. They fix our shoes and flatten out the cardboard.
What do you think I'm doing every Tuesday night until 10:30 at night? I'm breaking down all these stupid boxes.
My wife's stomping boxes whole. So and then I can't even break them open.
It's like box on box on a box.
Yeah, and now they're just squishy, and you can't even tear them apart now because they're crushed together in their entirety.
These women.
I don't know how we do it, man.
They're lucky to have us.
Giving.
But Bellevue's getting pretty smelly. Apparently.
Did you have a list of places people could take?
Yeah. Do you want that?
Yeah, but I don't need it because my company's coming.
Where
but
can
there
people
are people
take their garbage? All right, Wednesday. That's today. Until 2 p.m., you can go to the Bannerwood Park, located at 1790 Richards Road in Bellevue. They're going to be collecting trash there.
And they've opened up a free drop for you.
A free drop? Yeah. Aside from that, also service is paused in Renton, Kent, Linwood, Edmonds, and a transfer station in South Seattle, as well as unincorporated King and Snohomish counties, among other cities. Republic Services said the company will collect double garbage, recycling, and compost on its next regularly scheduled service day. Yeah, someday.
Someday they'll take double. It's like everything we put out. Is that what you're saying? When they come back from strike?
When they come back from strike, just put it in a big, like if you have a big contractor bag.
Yeah.
Put it on the side. Otherwise, you're going to get birds. Yeah. And then those stupid crows, they remember these things because they're geniuses, and they will come back. And
Not to mention the rodents. Not to mention the rodents, buddy.
Not to mention the rats.
That was the story we had yesterday. People, they're seeing a dramatic increase.
So many rats.
Why wouldn't you? You got garbage sitting everywhere. It's paradise for those.
Oh, they love it. Oh. Yeah. It's like a pig in trash.
Yep.
Or mud. Something else.
Slop.
It's like a pig in slop.
There you go.
I was going to say something else.
I know you were, but I appreciate your,
All right. Speaking of rats, can we do this other story really quick because we didn't have a chance to get to it?
Sure.
Is this or when are we scheduled to talk about Chuck E. Cheese? Oh, that's later. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
All right. It's a good
Speaking of rats, I'm pretty sure it's a mouse, but we'll do a deep dive in that one. Yeah.
We'll decide what it is.
Do some investigative research on that one for you folks.
Here's a story. Interesting. 4-year-old shoots his mom by accident, of course.
Yeah.
It wasn't a personal gripe or anything. Linwood. Was this yesterday this happened?
It was yesterday.
44-year-old. This is a Fox 13 story. 44-year-old.
Generic Fruit Loops just don't cut it, Mom.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times you have to have this conversation.
What are you doing, Mom? You better get me my cereal. A 44-year-old Linwood man was arrested and booked in Snohomish County Jail on Wednesday. This is from Fox 13. After his 4-year-old son accidentally shot his mother. It's horrible.
Guy fell asleep with an unsecured firearm.
Yeah. Unsecured firearm. Snohomish County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of an assault with a weapon that they found that a 4-year-old child had accessed a loaded firearm, accidentally shooting his 42-year-old mother. The mother was transported to Harborview. She's going to be okay. Non-life-threatening injuries. The 4-year-old sustained minor injuries during the incident. According to deputies, the child retrieved the firearm from his father, who was asleep on the couch at the time, and they say they observed multiple unsecured firearms throughout the residence. Father was arrested on charges of reckless endangerment, unlawful storage of a firearm. 2 children, ages 4 and 9. They took him to live with other family members while they worked this whole thing out. Probably until mom is back up on her feet.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Pretty crazy.
I'm all for responsible gun ownership.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the operative word being here, responsible, it'll be in bigger print than gun ownership. I think you should lose your right to own a firearm. If you are so negligent to the point where you have been charged with reckless endangerment.
Well, he's going to be charged with this is a Class C felony that this guy will be charged with now. Here's the penalty. In Washington State, it mandates the secure storage of firearms to prevent unauthorized access.
Exactly.
By prohibited persons, that would include children.
4-year-olds.
So what are the penalties, you might be asking yourself, for a Class C first-degree felony? They say custody in state prison for up to 5 years. That's a biggie. Maximum fine of $10,000.
Okay.
And let's see, community endangerment due to unsafe storage of firearm in the second degree, if that's what they end up charging him with. It's a gross misdemeanor, and it's punishable by up to a year in county jail, which is preferable to big boy prison, and a maximum fine of $5,000.
It doesn't think about loss of Second Amendment rights, though. I mean, are convicted felons, I think convicted felons, are they prohibited from, I should know more about the restrictions on firearm ownership with regard to felony convictions.
Do you think that a year in jail is enough of a sentence for this? Because I do, actually.
I do. I think as a punitive time in jail, yeah, I do. But I think that responsible gun ownership, again, is paramount to safe ownership and the right to be a gun owner. I think loss of that ability for a period of time externally from the incarceration penalties. I really do think you should lose your Second Amendment rights for a while.
Let's see. Can I restore my firearm rights in Washington if I had a felony? According to this law page, there are no pending criminal charges against you. You cannot restore your firearm rights if you are currently charged with any crime in any jurisdiction in the country.
Okay.
So you cannot own a
You are
firearm.
losing it. There you go. Okay,
so
good. Good. I'm glad that's and of course that's the case. That's common sense. You clearly show you don't know how to safely secure and own a firearm, with resulting of your spouse and the mom's getting shot by a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Dude, you have.
Question: how long should the 4-year-old go to jail? Kid jail, not adult jail. Child.
It's a question for Paw Patrol.
Child jail, yeah. Paw Patrol round him up.
Yeah, here we go. There's another episode. Let's do an adult season of Paw Patrol. We really should.
This is where they deal with horrible actual crimes.
Yeah.
Lose its appeal really fast.
I don't know, man. I think kids are getting older or younger. I'm telling you.
That's pretty scary. This 4-year-old kid, what's he thinking? He's got a gun, Chase.
If Chase had taught him not to touch guns, right? There's something to this.
We have conversations with our kids all the time because they go to friends' houses. And
yes. Yes, good. Thank you.
We keep things locked up in the Skorheim house. Kids don't have access to anything dangerous like that. And so they know this is mom and dad territory. Stay away from that. But in houses where you don't know everything, which is why we're really vigilant. You got to ask. You got to get to know the people that your kids are hanging out with.
I was going to ask you, because you do, but when your kids are invited to other people's houses, do you ask those questions?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good for you.
We know.
You have a nice, close community of families.
We know very well the inner workings of the people that our kids are friends with.
But your kids are getting to the age now where they're going to be started to invite to different events that people you don't know so well because of school connections.
Yeah.
Classmates and stuff.
And then you're having conversations about like, hey, just know if somebody tries to show you something that you couldn't do here, just say, hey, I got to go. You walk out of the room.
Do you tell them that the rules of this house apply no matter where you are?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's good advice.
Good man.
That's good advice. Yeah. All right. A lot of stuff coming up. What are we talking about at 1:30? Oh my gosh, this is a great topic. This is great. All right.
It's a cry for help, right? That we're going to cover?
We're going to cover this.
Yeah.
Valerie Bertinelli, I don't know what she's famous for, but she's famous
are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
I recognize that she's a famous person. I don't know what she's famous for.
When I was in their target demographic, and she was on one of the biggest network TV shows called One Day at a Time.
Was she a crush of yours?
She was the crush.
Oh, was she like
she was
the girl of the
She
air?
was America's little sweetheart.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she's very sad now.
She bagged her Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen had the same crush I did, except he had chops, so he got her.
Pretty good.
Right?
She seems kind of depressed now. She put out
having
a video,
tough time.
And I think this is good evidence for why social media is not helpful almost in any way. So we're going to play this for you, get your reaction to it, and then also chat about, was this the best place for her to be posting? Should she even be on social media?
Maybe we can offer some help, some guidance.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're smart.
We're guys. We've been around the block.
Yeah.
We got families. We've been in
guys.
love.
We know.
Yeah, you know.
All right, we're coming back with that. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
You probably know Valentine Roofing for, well, roofing. But did you know they do much more than just roofing? If you need anything addressed on your siding, gutters, attic insulation, or even exterior cleaning, give them a call. That's what I did. Hey, Jake Skorheim here. I had a huge moss problem. So while I was at work, Valentine Roofing came out, they got rid of the moss, and they cleaned up like they were never there. Afterward, I got a link with all the details and photos showing my roof now looking like new. Schedule your free estimate today by calling Valentine Roofing at 206-ROOFING or online at valentineroof.com.
The summer warehouse clearance sale is on now at Bob's Heating. We have an overstock of 2024 cooling equipment and everything must go. Save 30% on all 2024 air conditioners and heat pumps while inventory lasts. Once these units are gone, they're gone. So now is your chance to save. As temperatures start to heat up, we'll help you cool down with our summer warehouse clearance sale. Call Bob's for your free estimate today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, Takis fans. Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Was drafted in 1999 by the Philadelphia 76ers, and that was just absolutely a dream come true.
Todd's playing in the NBA is unique. His battle with neuropathy is not.
I first started noticing problems a couple of years into my NBA career, and I felt like my sock was just balled up right in the arch of my foot, and there'd be areas of burning and tingling, and then there'd be other areas of deadness where there would be no response to touch. We tried everything possible, from surgery to different drugs, to try and take care of some of the symptoms.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, non-drug, pain-free procedures that have helped thousands of neuropathy sufferers find relief.
Now I'm able to spend more time doing the things that I enjoy, being on my feet.
If you experience numbness, shooting, or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Gwen Baumgartner. Boeing and Alaska Airlines have settled a lawsuit out of court with several passengers aboard the plane that suffered a door plug blowout.
The passengers involved in the lawsuit were seeking $1 billion in damages, but they've decided to settle out of court with both Boeing and Alaska Airlines. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed. The blowout happened in January of 2024 after the Boeing 737 MAX 9 took off from Portland. It created a roaring air vacuum that sucked things out of the cabin and scattered them on the ground below, along with debris from the fuselage. 7 passengers and a flight attendant got hurt, but everyone survived. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Okay, everyone is trying to keep cool during this heat wave. Dr. Elizabeth Mead is a pediatrician with Swedish Hospital in Seattle. She says there's a common issue most parents may not be thinking about.
Burns from hot pavement or metal. And with young kids, we need to be really mindful about protecting feet while walking and watching them closely to make sure they're not touching hot objects like metal chairs or railings that they might not be expecting to be so hot.
Okay, that same applies for pets, maybe walking on that hot pavement. Just be aware. Controversial cuts going into effect tomorrow after a federal decision to eliminate a portion of the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline. The cuts will be to LGBTQ+ Youth Line. It's a sub-network within 988. It offers tailored support to teens and youth under 25. Washington's Department of Health criticizing that move today, stating that LGBTQ youth have a higher risk of suicide and thus a greater need for such specialized 988 services. In Washington state alone, that specific 988 line for LGBTQ youth receives more than 800 calls and nearly 300 texts each month. Okay, we want to turn now to the economy. While many Americans are budgeting, someone just paid $4.3 million for a lump of rock. CBS's Elaine Cobb explains.
It's not just any rock. This is the largest chunk of Mars ever found on Earth.
It was ejected from the red planet, likely from a massive asteroid strike.
Cassandra Hatton from Sotheby's in New York says the meteorite was found in the Sahara Desert. The final price tag of $4.3 million was higher than expected. Elaine Cobb, CBS News.
Okay, the Wall Street numbers ending on a major high today. The Dow Jones jumping 231 points. The S&P 500 with an increase of nearly 20. And NASDAQ up 52 points. That's closing at a record with stocks climbing after remarks from the president today denying that he plans to fire Fed Chair Jerome Powell. And now to traffic from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk. This report being brought to you by Washington 811. We're currently following a crash in Tacoma. This is along SR3. It's happening in the northbound lanes. This is near Old Clifton Road. Another collision at the I-5 northbound off-ramp. This is to Bellis Fair Parkway, partially blocking that ramp. It has been for the past half hour. And we are seeing a typical stop and go in Seattle's downtown core, a bit of a belated lunch hour. Travel times to be aware of: Seattle to Tacoma, 45 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, looking at 50 minutes with a slight slowdown around Alderwood Mall. If you are digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Go ahead, call 811 or submit online to digsafewa.com. And a bit of weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We are staring down the sun and likely the hottest day of the year so far, hottest day of the week. Seattle forecast to hit 92 degrees today, and we're close currently at 86. Tacoma at 89. A slight cool down coming tomorrow. I'm Gwen Baumgartner, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Valerie Bertinelli, that's who we were talking about before the break. We were teasing the story. Laura thinks we teased it too much. which is probably a good note. She said we gave you away too much. We gave away the cow. We were getting the milk for free.
There you go.
You left nothing to the imagination.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna play
You
audio.
don't buy
for
the
this.
cow for getting the milk for free, or something like that. Yeah.
Don't give away the milk for free. They're not gonna buy the cow.
Something like
I'll tell you the gist of this segment. Spike thinks she's hot and she's crazy.
That's the best kind of hot. I said it before.
No,
I'll say it again.
That's a handshake moment.
You think she used to be hot?
She was America's sweetheart. This is a picture of Valerie Bertinelli when she was on TV as the younger sister on One Day at a Time. I think
She
Bonnie
still looks
Franklin
vaguely like that, just like kind of older and a little. You know what time
seasoned.
does? I'm not being rude. I'm
with
just
you.
saying that
you
time
TikTok,
naturally,
buddy. Someday you too. Trust me.
things slowly start.
Sure. Gravity. Time, the sun.
Puffiness.
Sure.
Things happen to everybody.
Polyunsaturated fats, they all take their toll.
Absolutely. But what I didn't know what she was famous for. I just knew she was a famous person. I thought she was on like a Dancing with the Stars or something.
No.
What's she
was
What's she
sitcom.
from?
One Day at a Time.
Do we have some audio from those? Take
I
you
can
back
sing
to
it.
your past.
This is it.
This is life, the one you get. So go and have a ball.
So it's a story of a single mom, newly divorced.
She play a single mom?
No, she played the younger of two daughters.
What?
She was the younger
When
of
was
two
this?
daughters. 73, 4, 5, somewhere in that area.
Did they go to like a upper crust private school?
No. They were hardworking mom. Apartment with two teenage daughters by
Taking it
herself.
one day at a time?
One day at a time. Yeah, the Schneider, the sassy maintenance man of their building.
Is he
He
kinda
was the
perv-
comic
is he
relief.
kinda pervy?
Never pervy toward the girls.
Oh, to the moms.
Yes, that's why they brought in the new boyfriend in season 2. I hadn't noticed that.
To scare
I was
off
focusing on
the
Valerie
maintenance
Bertinelli,
man.
right? And I mean Eddie Van Halen, who's roughly the same age as I was, may he rest in peace. He watched the same TV show I did, buddy.
And he said,
He's sitting there with a guitar in his hand, at least in his bedroom, watching this TV show, right? And he's just fallen in love. We all fell in love with this woman.
I caught that.
Thank you.
They were married for like 25, 27 years.
Wolf, their son Wolf.
81 to 2007.
Yeah, you bet.
I saw that on her thing. All right, so this is her posting. This is my criticism. I'm not making fun of Valerie Bertinelli, who is still with us, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of her. What I am saying is I don't think she's choosing a healthy outlet to express her clearly depressed feelings. But let me play you this audio.
Okay.
She posted this video where she's talking about being sad. And she's also, for some reason, cutting up a watermelon. I don't understand it, but whatever.
I have been going through some really intense, uncomfortable, sad, emotionally excruciating feelings the last few days. And I want to drink. I want to numb it. I don't want to feel it. But my logical mind is like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to numb it. You know what.
As you're listening to this, tell me if you think this is authentic or does this feel a little performative? Because she's an actress, right?
She's an actress.
She's
yeah,
an actress.
she's had a long career. She had a
Okay.
rejuvenation.
She was on, what else? Laura, what else was she on? What else is Valerie? Because I feel like we wouldn't just know her from the 70s. She must have done, she's been in a lot of stuff. And she was married to a very famous guy.
She
for
was
many years.
very famous for being Mrs. Eddie Van Halen for a number of years. That was plenty because he was the biggest rock
Yeah, he's
star
the
on the
biggest rock
planet.
star on the planet. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
She had a cooking show for almost a decade. Valerie's Home Cooking.
Oh, okay. Like
She
an
was also-
HGTV
She was
type
in
thing?
a sitcom too recently. Her most recent project. I can't remember the name of the sitcom.
Hot in Cleveland.
That's it. Hot in Cleveland. That's right. So yeah, no, it had some success.
All right.
I mean,
I've
Wendy
heard of that
Malick was
show.
in that
Yeah,
show. I think
I've heard
Betty
of that
White
show.
was in that show with her. It was a nice cast,
Betty White.
Yeah.
Just all
Rest
the
in
young
peace.
hotties.
Yeah.
You feel better.
Well, she was the young hottie on that show.
Betty White?
No, Valerie Bertinelli.
Oh, Valerie Bertinelli.
Right.
Okay. Well, yeah, when you're
That was the whole
surrounded by,
gist of the thing.
90-year-old women.
You may be, that was the thing. Okay, in Hollywood, you're a 3, but you're hot in Cleveland. That's
I get it.
ta-da, right?
Was she supposed to be somebody who used to be in Hollywood and now
Yes.
she's living in Cleveland?
Yes. See?
Is to just feel the feelings, get through to the other side, have a good cry. And yet I can't cry. So you know what I'm going to do?
Why can't she cry?
I'm going to come on the internet and slice a watermelon because I love watermelon. And it's watermelon season. And a watermelon will make me feel better, but it won't make me numb my feelings.
Oh.
So, slice the watermelon with me, okay? And we're gonna eat a watermelon. But I'm not eating to numb any feelings. I'm going to feel my feelings while I slice the watermelon.
Clearly, she's going through a tough.
I didn't realize it was an alcoholic cry for help here.
Well, let me ask you.
She wants to drink, and she's fighting the urge to drink.
Is social media the best place to turn for your feelings?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because what's your thoughts?
Okay, I'll give you the Indiana Jones analogy.
Okay.
Okay, what you want is in the bottom of there, but it's a floor full of snakes.
Okay.
Okay, because the internet, while there may be people who come out and who are fans of hers, who are recovering alcoholics or addicts themselves, who can offer words of encouragement to her, but it's a snake pit on the internet, and the haters are going to come for her like vipers.
Is that going to feed anything into her soul, though? Like just random faceless strangers just giving her compliments? Is that going to do anything meaningful for her, do you think?
Actually, if I've been through treatment, I've been through recovery. And there is a real value to people who are just nobodies, random people, saying, hey, man, I've been there. I know what it feels like to want to do that. And they say anything that stops you from taking a drink is a worthwhile effort to not drink.
Interesting.
But there's also, you said it, she's an actress. That's performative. Maybe part of her depression is the fact that she
wants attention.
She needs, she's used to attention. That's what feeling happy and good and complete feels like to her. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what normal feels like to Valerie Bertinelli.
I just think that the social media part of it is a very dangerous, slippery slope.
I couldn't agree with you more.
My personal feelings are, just imagine if you closed your eyes for a second and you didn't engage with it at all. Like if she just didn't have social media at all, she would feel silly just sitting in a room talking to nothing, like chopping a watermelon. But that is what she's doing.
That's what she's doing, for the camera.
For a camera, presenting a plate of watermelon cut up pieces for a camera. Wouldn't it be better if she reached out to somebody in her actual sphere of influence, like her actual life?
Her sponsor, and if she's in AA,
just anybody, like her, like her interesting maintenance man who might have,
Boy, this, and I'm looking through this is a post on X, and I'm looking through some of the comments on X, and some of them are cruel, and some of them are very, very helpful. One gentleman posts on X, hey. This is old school AA. Get off your butt. If you're feeling depressed and you want to drink, get off your butt and go help somebody who's worse off than you are.
I think that's the best advice.
Right, and
which I don't think she needs from social media though.
No, that's there's a big book full of stuff like this.
Walk out of your situation. Don't focus on your sadness.
Right. Go see
and this
people.
This is good advice, even if you're not a drinker.
Yeah, yes.
Just quit whining.
Quit feeling sorry for yourself.
That would be my advice. That'd be my Indiana Jones advice. Like his dad would be like, quit whining about it, Junior.
Right.
Knock it off.
Junior. With a Scottish accent. How India avoided the Scottish accent, I'll never understand.
Growing up in Utah. All right. Well, we wish her the best, obviously.
Of course we do, yeah.
But I think she's going to find happiness not on social media.
Yeah, well, this next post, that's not going to help her.
That's not going to help.
There's someone right below Valerie Bertinelli's very heartfelt, maybe performative, but very heartfelt cry for help. I'm just going to slice this watermelon. Someone posts a tip. Here's a tip, and they got a watermelon with 6 different flavors of vodka shoved into it, making a spody. Yeah. Come on. Which are wonderful.
Actually. And it's summertime.
But not the solution to her problem.
Not for an alcoholic.
Might be the solution to your and I problem. Hot day like today.
That's nice.
Freeze that watermelon first. Pop them. Boom, baby. I know what I'm doing this afternoon, by the way. I now know what I'm doing. Thank you, Johnny Job from TikTok or whatever you were on.
Can I give you another suggestion on what you can do? When we come back, there's a famous childhood establishment that is trying to make inroads with adults. They want it to be a place. It used to be a place for kids.
Okay.
And now it's a place where they want adults to congregate.
Okay. They're going after a newer market.
I'm going to pitch you their business idea because they've already implemented it. 10 locations. Whether or not you think it's going to be successful.
Fair.
All right. We will be right back.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
Stay ahead of our summer traffic nightmare with Chris Sullivan's Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru.
We've been warning you for more than a year, and now the month of hell is upon us. Northbound I-5 is going to be closed across the Ship Canal Bridge this weekend, followed by a month of lane closures. It is going to be ugly. I'll tell you how to get through it on Choke Points tomorrow morning on Seattle's Morning News.
Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Homeowners, protect your biggest investment now with Integrity Roofing and Construction. Get ahead of the summer rush, like today especially. Integrity is your family-owned, award-winning roofing and construction company. They're ready to give your home the protection it deserves. Integrity offers complete in-house construction, a division for design. It's everything you need, all under one roof, ironically enough. Integrity Roofing, known for top-notch service and project management on-site, makes every process easy. And beat the summer rush. Call Integrity today, 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF, or online at integrityrc.com.
Looking for high-quality assisted living that won't drain your life savings? At Care Partners Living, we offer compassionate care at a price that helps stretch and preserve your estate. No unnecessary luxury, just the support you need with dignity and heart. And if you ever need to convert to Medicaid, you don't have to move. With communities across Washington and Arizona, including new locations in Port Orchard, Sumner, Mercer Island, and North Creek Bothell, there's a Care Partners community near you. Care Partners Living, compassionate care and peace of mind. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it'd go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike and Laura, this is going to be an interesting question because you guys are of different generations. Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
What's your memories of Chuck E. Cheese? Laura, did you grow up with Chuck E. Cheese or are you too young?
Zip, zero.
None.
Nada.
Really?
No.
They had already fallen out of favor?
Not part of my childhood at all.
Okay.
Not a single birthday party. Nothing.
I got a little Chuck E. Cheese experience.
You got some Chuck E. Cheese?
I got a little Chuck E. Cheese
You can tell just looking at you.
Yeah, no, I was a Chuck E. Cheese kid.
I went to Chuck E. Cheese a couple of times when I was a kid. I remember thinking it was a pretty awesome place.
What's the right age for Chuck E. Cheese?
Like
how old were you when you went there?
I would probably 8 or 9.
Yeah,
I guess.
I was thinking 5 to 12 is their dream demo, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's got video games. They've got pizza. They've got animatronic.
A band, right?
characters
Yeah.
That sing to you from a stage. Things that would make a big impression on
a youngster.
small
Yeah,
child.
you bet. And I took my kids.
There you go.
To various parties, both of them, over the years, to birthday parties of friends at
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E.
I
Cheese.
feel like there used to be a lot more locations. I don't think there's as many locations at Chuck E. Cheese these days.
Their heyday has come and gone.
Come and gone.
Yeah,
Well,
clearly.
they're trying to change
Well, they
that.
had that controversy a couple, 4 years ago. Well,
Some
because
with the pizza?
they
What
were
was it
taking
about?
uneaten pizza and kind of reassembling pies from slices because 8 makes 1, and then serving them again.
That's gross. Yes. Sounds like something a rat would do. Side note, is the Chuck E. Cheese character, is he a mouse or a rat? I always just assumed he was a rat. But that's not very appetizing. Is he a rat?
I can't believe it. It's got to be a mouse. It's got to be a mouse. What marketing department came
Laura,
up with
can you find this out? Is he a
our
mouse or a
rat mascot? No way.
I can confirm it's a mouse.
It's a mouse, but
Doesn't
he
look like
He's
a
the
mouse.
looks like a
seediest.
rat.
I mean, street mouse.
Was
at best.
No, he's absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Was the idea behind him kind of like Mickey Mouse looks like a mouse. That's a friendly mouse. Chuck E. Cheese is more like he might steal your money.
He's trying to make ends meet. He's running restaurants. Tough industry. Thin margins. You got to recycle the pizza.
Yeah, I got to
He's
get
your
out.
weird cousin.
Yes. He borrows money from cousin Mickey to try to run this franchise.
Mickey,
Listen.
I'm running on some hard times here.
Yeah.
Well, they have a new.
See, you got some flour under your nose there, Chuck. What's going on?
It's from the pizza.
Making it myself. I had to let the kitchen staff go.
What's his name, Laura? Its name's not Chucky.
It's Chuck.
Chuck. Is it Chuck?
Yeah, he's Chuck.
Is he Chuck the Mouse?
We just need to know what E stands for.
Chuck E.
Coli.
Chuck E.
Sorry, no, I'm so
that's
sorry.
not true.
I
That's
kid.
not true. No.
I kid.
He kids, and that's not true. And we would never suggest that.
Remember when I had a job in radio? That was so much fun.
Oh, it stands for entertainment. Charles.
Of course it
Charles
does.
Entertainment Cheese.
Of course it does.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Entertainment is my middle name.
Charles
Electronic entertainment, too. There you go, baby.
I just want to say that I am tired of dumb old restaurants. I agree. You gotta sit still and not run around. And do you know what else? They make you eat stuff like linguine.
Yes. Now it's for everyone. They want to open up locations for adults. They're just
what?
Yeah, they're trying to turn them into something called Chuck's Arcade. Chuck's Arcade. Chuck's. Because Chuck
really?
E. Cheese.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, Chuck's.
But
Chuck's
I think
Arcade.
my guess is what they're trying to do is kind of capitalize on the Dave & Buster's model.
I was going to say they got
It's
one.
like entertainment.
They
but
got an
have Dave
adult
&
Chuck E.
Buster's.
Cheese. It's called
Here's
Dave
the thing, though.
Buster's.
Listen to this. There's no food or drinks at Chuck's Arcade, so it's literally just an arcade.
So it's just video games, right?
Just video games.
That's
Pinball,
the
they got-
worst Dave & Buster's?
Right.
Yes.
It's Dave & Buster's who had a health scare and lost their ability to sell food.
So it's just video games, so you can't even be drinking while you're playing these video
No
games.
alcohol? No alcohol?
Does this make sense, like, for adults?
Tell me they got an adult ball pit.
With the
If they
exception
got an
of-
adult ball pit, I'm in.
I don't want to
You
go
don't
in the
need
shared
alcohol
adult
for
ball
that?
pit.
Who needs alcohol? The ball pit's nothing but fun.
With the exception of one location in Kansas City, Missouri that does not serve food or drinks. Oh, the only one that does not serve.
Oh,
no,
okay.
that does. No, that's the only one that does.
Okay, Kansas City.
There's 10 Chuck's Arcades across 8 states that are just arcades. They don't serve any food or drinks.
Wait, so the good ones in, you said Kansas City?
You got to go all the way to Missouri. I wouldn't call it a good one. That's generous. But you got to go all the way to Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm not going to Missouri without alcohol. That's I know we had that established.
You can get that in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm not going to Missouri.
I'm trying to
without
organize
alcohol.
a road trip.
This is gonna
to Chuck's.
Yeah, to Chuck's. Let's go to Chuck's.
Chuck's Arcade.
I don't know if this is going to catch on.
Oh,
We'll
Chuck's
find
Arcade is the modern day love letter to the game and people who love games.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Starbucks is doing something interesting with their. They also have the name for managers. This is corporate speak, which drives me nuts. We're going to see if it drives you nuts too. We'll talk about it next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Jim Singletary here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we're not afraid to tell you no. Looking for a roofing company that'll do cheap, fast work and just cover up the problem? No, that's not us. Want a quick quote without a real inspection? Nope. Just want a price without knowing your options? Not happening. Look, we don't want to tell you no, but if saying yes means cut corners, bad results, or wasted money, we won't do it. Period. And here's the deal. Seattle gets 150 rainy days a year. That's not wait and see weather, it's call RoofSmart now weather. We say no to leaky roofs, sloppy work, and bad estimates, and yes to thorough inspections, accurate quotes, and top quality work that actually lasts. So if you want an honest roofer who's not afraid to say no to bad work, call RoofSmart today at 206-487-4877 or visit GetRoofSmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or GetRoofSmart.com.
Are you looking at senior living options for you or a loved one? If so, you likely have many questions like, what can I afford? How long will my savings last? And if I run out of money, will I have to move out? If these questions are weighing on you, I'm here to talk you through different solutions. Hi, I'm Amanda from Care Partners Senior Living. At Care Partners, we're focused on offering high-quality, compassionate care at very affordable prices to help stretch and preserve your assets. And if you ever run out of funds and need to convert to Medicaid, you won't have to move. We have vibrant communities throughout Western Washington, Spokane, and Arizona offering independent, assisted living, and memory care. Our caregivers are some of the most loving and genuine people you'll ever meet. Stretch your assets, preserve your estate, and never worry about moving. That's peace of mind in the Care Partners Living difference. Learn more at carepartnersliving.com. Care Partners is excited to announce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, Snohomish, and North Creek Bothell. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
The Battle of the Brands Hot Tub Expo is back. Tacoma Mall parking lot. Top brands competing for your business. Deep discounts from Jacuzzi Hot Tubs, Dreammaker Spas, Nordic Hot Tubs, Sundance Spas, even Hydro Pool self-cleaning swim spas. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. Save thousands. Hot tubs from $99 a month. Brands compete. You save. The Battle of the Brands Expo, presented by Aquip, Tacoma Mall parking lot. On now. Qualified buyers with credit approval pay just $99 a month for a Dreammaker Cabana with $500 deposit, 10.99%, and 144-month term. Other offers available. See us at Tacoma Mall for more details.
G and Ursula, weekdays from 9 to noon on KIRO News Radio. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This
is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Michael Wallace. President Trump tried again today to get his fellow Republicans to move on from the Jeffrey Epstein case. CBS's Erica Brown is on Capitol Hill.
President Trump downplayed the fallout from Republicans who are demanding more transparency regarding the investigation into child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
All it is the Republicans, certain Republicans got duped by the Democrats, and they're following a Democrat playbook.
But calls for the release of the Epstein files are growing after a Justice Department and FBI review found no evidence of a client list or blackmail of powerful figures.
The president said today it is highly unlikely he will fire Jerome Powell, but last night he told some House Republicans he was leaning toward axing the Fed chairman.
I talked about the concept of fire him. I said, what do you think? Almost every one of them said I should. But I'm more conservative than they are.
By law, the Fed chairman can only be fired for cause. The Senate is considering whether to claw back $9 billion in funding for foreign aid and public broadcasting.
Some senators are concerned over the president's request to pull back about $1 billion for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which includes PBS and NPR, especially in rural and tribal areas. North Carolina Republican Senator Tom Tillis says he'll vote for it now, but
we probably at some point should provide funding to them. But I'm not going to fight that part of the rescission.
He says lawmakers might have to fix cuts they will regret. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Fall River, Massachusetts Fire Chief Jeffrey Bacon today updated the investigation into Sunday's fire that killed 9 people at an assisted living facility.
I'm comfortable saying that it's an accidental fire. There's nothing intentional about this fire.
Bacon choked back tears as he described how firefighters saw people screaming from their windows and had to choose who to rescue. A new CDC study finds more parents are balking at vaccines for their kids. Here's CBS's Alexander Tin.
Nearly 10% of parents with young children say they are planning to refuse all recommended immunizations for their children, and that 33% of parents are planning to refuse some or all of the recommended shots. Rates were different among pregnant moms-to-be, with nearly half of moms in their first pregnancy saying they were still undecided.
An Israeli airstrike hit Syria's Ministry of Defense in Damascus during a live TV news broadcast. Israel has vowed to destroy the Syrian government forces attacking Druze communities in southern Syria. Stocks were higher today. The Nasdaq gained 52 points, closed at a record high. Dow is up 231. This is CBS News.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Alrighty, pack up the spray paint, a new move to clean up the Emerald City. But first, from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk, this traffic report brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. We are currently following a major backup in Fife. A portion of northbound I-5 blocked off as first responders are headed to a crash. It's happening near Porter Way. The right 2 lanes remained blocked. It's taking drivers about 25 minutes to get from Tacoma to Federal Way, so something to be aware of. And staying in Pierce County, another collision in South Hill at eastbound 512. A right lane closure creating a backlog from 31st Avenue to Canyon Road. A few of your travel times: Linwood to Seattle, 42 minutes, Seattle to Federal Way, 41, and Bellevue to South Center, you're looking at 36 minutes. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Life in Color. This is on August 17th, honoring the journey of those impacted by cancer. You can get your tickets at nwhopeandhealing.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Gwen Baumgardner, continuing our coverage out of Pierce County, where Sheriff's Major Chad Dickerson was expected back in court right about now, but prosecutors delayed his hearing as they wait for more evidence. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
6 people, including 3 children, were sent to the hospital after investigators say Dickerson, a 25-year veteran, failed to yield the right-of-way at an intersection. Dickerson also left the scene of the crash with his wife after Pierce County deputies said he could because his condition seemed to be getting worse. I asked Pierce County Deputy Carly Capetto, would a civilian have been allowed to leave the scene of an accident?
If it was a civilian or a staff member, it wouldn't matter. Dickerson's situation was no different than how we've treated it with civilians in the past.
Dickerson's hearing is scheduled for this afternoon at 1 p.m. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
As people look for ways to beat the heat, beware of multiple beach closures in King County. Green Lake, Juanita Beach, and Lake Marcel are the waters to avoid after testing positive for high bacteria levels. This Green Lake resident is just as repulsed as we are. She's speaking to KIRO 7 TV.
No, I would not get in that water. I definitely wouldn't swim in it. I would be in a boat in it. I think that would be fine. But yeah, I definitely would not go in there. I heed those warnings.
And it's not just humans being told to avoid those 3 beaches, but pets as well. A graffiti crackdown coming to Seattle. The city council just passed a new law allowing civil fines for taggers up to $1,500. The goal is to crack down on repeat offenders and to cut cleanup costs. Last year alone, the city logged nearly 29,000 graffiti reports, costing $6 million to clean up. And our state's unemployment rate is holding steady at 4.5%, slightly higher than the national rate at 4.1%, which fell slightly between May and June. Despite Washington's consistent unemployment rate over the past year, the state did add more than 10,000 jobs in the past month, the biggest gains coming to education and health sectors, met with job losses in construction and manufacturing. And now to the weather, brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. A heat advisory still in effect. That'll go until about 10 tonight. Seattle looking at the 90s today. Not a record, but likely the hottest day of the year so far. Tomorrow expected to bring some low clouds in the morning, providing a slight cool down. The local highs will still hit the mid-80s. Olympia, 93 right now. Bellevue, 89. Puyallup, 92. I'm Gwen Baumgardner, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Are you guys having a great day? I'd love to hear about what you guys are doing and how you plan on keeping cool this afternoon. Supposed to hit 92 degrees, which would be a record for today in our state, I believe. A record for this day.
For this day,
hotter than 92 degrees, obviously, but a record.
We've hit 100 here, I believe.
Oh, we've hit way hotter.
Okay,
than that.
yeah. Okay.
I remember a couple years back, I want to say, must have been 3-4 years ago. Do you remember when it got up to like 111? You remember that? That
Vaguely.
Insane, crazy heat.
You know what the weird thing is? No matter how hot, my basement was still 68 degrees.
Really?
Ironic, isn't it?
That's
weird.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
Gotta have a
Again,
basement.
we're a cooling station.
You also have AC.
We do.
That
Oh,
helps.
you bet we do.
Yeah, that helps.
Got a heat pump.
Sleeping like a baby.
You know it. Got to need an extra blanket last night.
A cold, cold baby.
Yeah. It's great. Sorry, folks. I know it's tough out there.
No, it's going to be really hot today, so stay safe, stay hydrated. Try not to stay out in the sun for too long without some way to cool down.
Now, are you guys going to what are you going to do with the boys?
I'm going to the river today.
Okay, I knew you would. I knew because you're a river man.
We're river people.
And last time the lovely Mrs. Skorheim took the boys to the river,
she almost drowned.
It was almost down to 3, right? We have 2.
2 of them fell into a hole in the river, and she had to leap in to save them, but they were fine. It was.
What a woman.
I know, she's amazing. I mean, she almost was at fault, but she also cleaned up her own mess, so that's good. But no, we're going to the river today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hopefully cool us down a little bit. It's supposed to be 90-something degrees up in my neighborhood. So
yeah, but as you know,
stay cool out there.
Be safe too. There's some guidelines.
Water safety.
Always have a water watcher. That was last week when there was an 11-year-old that fell off a dock, and a 13-year-old jumped in to save him. While you were on vacation, this happened. 11-year-old fell off a dock in a lake and was like 6 minutes underwater.
What?
Yes, and a 13-year-old. Yes, a 13-year-old who had no first aid training, no rescue training, went down numerous times and saw this kid and found him and brought him to the surface after repeated efforts.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
God bless that kid.
Yeah. And so just be careful with the water. Make sure your kids know how to swim. And even swimmers can run into trouble in cold water.
Yep.
Hot days like this mean icy melt and runoff water, which is very, very cold, which can cause cramping. Good swimmers. So Always keep an eye on whoever is swimming, and if you got kids in the water, never leave them
Yeah,
unattended.
never, ever, ever take your eyes off them for a second. All right, let's get to a couple of the stories that we are very interested in. This one I'm interested in for kind of a stupid reason.
Okay.
But that actually is most of the stuff that we talk about on this show. Starbucks. They are aiming to get their employees back into their work, in-person work, which is not uncommon. A lot of companies are doing this now.
Yeah, they've seen the value of in-person working and team building and collaboration, all the things they're in that remote doesn't do. Yes.
All that great stuff.
Yep.
So here's what they said. They're going to ask all of their corporate employees need to be in office. This is still very generous. 4 days a week. There's 5 working days in a week, generally, for full-time salaried employees. So only 4 days. I still feel like that's pretty generous. But they're saying that for new hires, and these would normally be called like a manager, but in Starbucks, they use the term people leaders, which is the reason I flagged this story.
People eaters?
People leaders.
Oh, that's a little better.
Close.
One-eyed, one-horned?
Flying purple.
People leaders.
Mermaid-looking people eaters. Yeah.
So they need to be based in either Seattle or Toronto within the next 12 months. But what do you think of the term people leaders? It feels very corporate to me, doesn't it? Just to call people, just call people managers.
Yeah, it's too cute for its own good.
Well, and they call their baristas partners. Like
really?
Every barista is a partner. Yeah.
But a partner is somebody who's probably making more than a barista is making, I imagine, right? Like a partner's getting revenue share of. I imagine they also get revenue share.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do treat them more than just hourly employees get
so
treated.
They're kind of like a low-level partner.
Okay, sure. Junior partner at least. I mean, partner seems a little.
I guess partner seems.
Do you get to
generous.
use the executive washroom? You get to go to island retreats.
Are you a partner on day one?
Right.
If you're a partner on day one, that's not a company I want to be a partner in. To be honest,
that's a low bar.
I want to take a little longer to get to be partner.
There you go. Yeah.
So they say
thin that herd.
They say people leaders. They say for all new hires, you will not be asked to relocate. For individual employees who work for the people leaders, people leaders will have to be in either Seattle or Toronto within a year. If you are working under those people who have to relocate, they're not going to force you to relocate. But the company said that all future roles and lateral moves will require that employees be based in either Seattle or Toronto.
Interesting. Wow.
If you are connected to the people leaders.
Well, thanks a lot, Starbucks. There goes our housing again.
What do you mean? Oh, because it's going to get more
expensive?
expensive?
People leaders can afford more expensive housing. There goes the market again. Good. Well, I'm not selling, so my value will go up.
There you go. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Enjoy the extra property tax.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, can we talk about this too? This is not. I guess it's kind of semi-local. I mean, it's not, but whatever. It's a great guy, Paul McCartney. He's got a tour.
Well, he's coming here, right? Has he announced the dates for his nationwide tour?
His Got Back tour, which sounds like a Sir Mix-a-Lot thing, but it's not. It's called Got Back.
It's a post-tense of get back.
No, I get it.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Polly got back.
Yeah. No, I just don't.
LA face.
I like big shows and I cannot lie.
It's a nice voice. His iconic. The reason I want to talk about this story is because one of the best concerts I ever went to in my life, probably the best one I've ever been to, was Paul McCartney, 2011, I believe it was. It might have been 2010, but I think it was 2011. He played Safeco Field. What was then Safeco Field?
I remember it, yeah.
Did you go?
Yes.
Was that not one of the best shows you've ever been to?
Absolutely. I can tell you, I went to see Paul McCartney play the Kingdom in 1990.
Which
spring
was
of 1990. The Safeco Field show. Absolutely.
It was
absolutely a better show.
The stage production was amazing.
Phenomenal.
The song choices were amazing.
Yep. Sound was great.
He was also, it's funny because when I was watching the 2011 show that I was at, and we'll get to the reason we're talking about it, there's ticket sales are going insane for this. It's like a Taylor Swift thing. You remember when Taylor Swift was doing her worldwide tour? Biggest selling Eras tour.
Oh, you bet.
Biggest selling tour of all time.
Her worldwide tour? Never heard of it.
You missed that one, did you?
Taylor Swift.
You were too busy flying to see
She's
Beyonce in multiple cities.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
it's a girl. Taylor's a girl's name.
Okay, well, that's a gender neutral name.
She's a singer.
I hadn't thought of that.
And she plays guitar and she dates a football player. Have you ever heard of her? No, you haven't. You don't look like a Taylor Swift fan.
Oh, Travis Kelce's girlfriend.
Yes.
That's what you should have said. She didn't know right away who you meant.
Oh, she's a massive Taylor Swift. Her tickets, weren't her tickets selling for like $5,000 a piece? Wasn't it like
for
crazy
the premium
prices?
seats. People in the nosebleeds were paying in the $1,400, $1,200, $2,200 range.
Yeah.
On the aftermarket, on the resale
you consider
market.
paying an insane price, Laura, for
yes.
tickets?
Yes, I did. I stood outside the concert the first night in Seattle, and sang
Just
along
to
in the
be
parking
near.
lot just to be near. Well,
And that
you
was
were,
$500,
you could hear like a
right?
muffled version of it.
That was for $500 you paid for that to stand in the
You
parking
gotta
lot?
get there early.
Yeah.
Stake out your spot.
And she was not like a singular weirdo doing that.
No.
There was a lot of
No,
people doing that.
There were hundreds of other people doing that. And we were waiting to see if ticket prices would drop as the show started, because that's very typical for concerts. No, people just held them and just let them
Lost
go.
them instead of letting them go for
Yeah.
really?
And as we were walking away, I mean, it was so much fun, even just to be outside the stadium, that my friend and I were like, do we pay $1,500? I mean, I think we were just like on a high. Yeah.
Mass hysteria.
And then we were walking with a guy who had flown down from Canada.
Just to stand outside?
From Toronto, just to stand outside. And he was telling us, yeah, I just impulse bought a $3,000 floor seat ticket for tomorrow night. And something about hearing him say it out loud, we were like, we're being crazy.
This is nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
I think I should drink human blood. No, I think we're nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts.
Back away carefully and slowly.
Was he by himself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
He was just like a total super fan. He was really sweet. But
the next step is on the internet, carving up a watermelon, asking for help.
No, I don't know if you'd want to spend much time with that guy. Flies down to Seattle just to stand outside of an arena. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it's funny because we're talking about the aftermarket ticket price, and that's why we brought the story in, because Paul McCartney's tickets sold for anywhere from $43.55 on the Ticketmaster website up to $174.
Yeah,
but now those tickets are going for what?
A lot.
Thousands of dollars. They haven't gone on sale yet.
They haven't even stopped the amount of money they're going for. It's still climbing. But listen to this. Somebody signed up. This is funny. Somebody signed up and took a picture. You can go on one of these like sites where you then enter a queue, and when your turn pops up, then you can buy a ticket. And so this guy says he showed the picture on his phone. You enter the lobby, then the waiting room, and then the queue. And then once you get tickets, once you get the ability to start buying your tickets, you're allowed to pick your seats. And so it says, you are now in the queue. You have 83,469 people ahead of you waiting for a specific show.
Oh,
he's not getting tickets.
No.
And if he does, they're going to be insanely priced, which is why, what do you guys think of ticket resale? Does that seem, I understand it, but it does seem like it's sucking all of the fun out of the concert experience that we used to all enjoy, because now you're contending with the secondary market, which just kills it. And how can you enjoy a show? Like, are the artists satisfied with, I know they must be getting a chunk of the secondary market, because otherwise I can't imagine that they would let it happen to their fans. It seems really predatory of their fans.
You're spot on. They do get a portion of it. Springsteen went on sale. He was doing a tour a couple of years ago. I got to see it here in Seattle. But tickets were on the aftermarket, and they were going for upwards of $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a seat. And people started bagging on Springsteen. Well, hey, where's the blue-collar working man hero, the working man? Where you at? Your fans paying $2,000 to see you.
What was his response?
Apparently, artists have the ability, they have the right to cap what an aftermarket ticket can sell for. He had not done that.
So his team made a choice to say, "Hey, we're just going to let it, go."
Well,
crazy
I don't know if he changed that policy moving forward. But when this story broke up, it was a couple of years ago now, because his image
I remember that. Yeah,
his image was just in the crapper. But they said we didn't know what would happen. We didn't know we could put a cap on it. A lot of artists don't put a cap on it because they get a percentage of what these aftermarket tickets sell.
Well, you get like a 10% of a $174 ticket or 10% of a $5,000 ticket.
And when you talk about the scale of tickets these people are selling, that's huge money. Huge money.
Crazy.
And then there's the dynamic pricing as you're like on an official site, and there's a bidding war for the ticket you're trying to buy from Ticketmaster.
It's depressing.
Because I got seats and they're 80. They're not. They're 120. They're 100. Wait, they're 170.
It's going up.
Multiple bidders are bidding on it in real time while you're deciding whether or not to pull the trigger.
Or could it be an algorithm that just knows that it's feeding into some frenzy thing? It's clicked in your brain, some frenzy thing where you suddenly, evolutionary, you have to get that
Fear
ticket.
of missing out, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's going up. It's going at 180, 185, 187. And then boom, you buy it. When maybe before you wouldn't have bought it for that amount.
No. And I think you're right. It's ruining for me, it's ruining the concert experience.
It's ruining the entire experience.
I just can't.
When I don't think this level of secondary market was available in 2011 when I went to the McCartney show, but we went with my wife and I. We didn't have any kids yet. We were still a couple years away from having kids. So we went with my parents and my wife's parents. My wife's dad is now no longer with us. So like we have this amazing memory of this beautiful night. I think it must have been summertime.
It was summertime, yeah.
Summertime, We're in Seattle. It's like golden hour, sunset. We all have a drink before we go into Safeco Field. Then we get into Safeco Field, and the stage looks amazing. Paul McCartney comes out. He's only 69 at the time, so he's like kind of, I thought he was old at the time, and now that I'm a little bit older, I look back and I'm just like, 69 was great age for Paul McCartney. He's 83 now. He's going to be doing this tour. He still looks great, but 69 was like, he was doing great. And he plays every single song you've ever loved of Paul McCartney. Now, if I'm going to pay a lot for a concert, it would be a McCartney. So I don't hate that, he's getting money. I mean, he doesn't need it. So I hope he caps the ticket prices. I think that'd be nice. But I'm more likely to pay more for a McCartney concert because I know that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience than I would be for somebody who's still going to go on tour probably many more times. No disrespect to Taylor Swift. She's accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
But she's likely to give more concerts.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more concerts McCartney has.
The last time. Right. The fear of this, I may never get another chance.
Yeah, he's an 83-year-old man.
I'm with you.
And he's like multi-billionaire. He might just decide, you know what?
I'm done.
Well,
the Who are coming this fall in September, and they said this is it's like this time we mean it. Last time farewell tour. I've seen like 6 Who farewell tours over the years. The first Who farewell tour
like
I saw
a furniture store.
Right, they're always going
out of business.
First one I saw was in '89. The first Who farewell tour.
Really?
1989. That was 36 years ago.
They're still going.
They're still playing. This time we mean it. No, we're serious.
That is a long goodbye. That's a very long goodbye. This was one I pulled your song too here, Spike. We'll play yours in just a second. It's a fantastic choice. But this was one of the songs that Paul McCartney played at Safeco Field, and this is one of my favorites, and it's also a James Bond theme, and I think you're going to know it as soon as you hear it. It's fantastic. Just imagine seeing this guy again. Summer night. What was so special about watching him perform too was not that it was Paul McCartney, but what he meant to my parents and my wife's parents who have spent there. I've spent my entire life. I've never lived a moment in my life where Paul McCartney music wasn't on somewhere in the background at some point in my life. But my parents grew up in an era where he came on the scene at some point, and he changed music for them, which is for everybody. He changed history. And so to see them be, we weren't in like the first row, but we had pretty good seats. That's Paul McCartney right there,
Right.
And then to see him perform this was just over the top.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
What's your, pull this down a little bit, Wyatt. What's your favorite Paul McCartney song? If you had to pick one, obviously he's got a million.
Oh, Blackbird. Easy. Easy. For me, it's easy because it's old school Paul, acoustic guitar. It just...
This is him at Abbey Road in 2011, same year we both saw that concert.
Oh, yeah. I think was it 13 or 11?
I thought it was 2011. Maybe it was 13. Let's call it 13.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life.
This guy's got talent. Oh. He's going to make it.
He's got a future?
He's got a future.
Oh, my gosh. Listen. Paulie.
This song's really sweet. This is one of the songs in a movie that my kids love. Have you ever seen Boss Baby?
No.
Have you seen Boss Baby, Laura?
This isn't Boss Baby.
This is Boss Baby. This is like a song that they sing in Boss Baby.
What possible
Boss
context?
Baby's set in the 1960s. I don't know if you knew that, but it's set like in the 1960s. And
was that Bruce Willis? Was he the voice in?
Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin. Okay,
yeah.
Of course.
But the kid, and the parents sing this song to the kids.
There you go.
What happened here? Some other music? Come on.
This is. No, it's not,
is that
that's
out
not
music? No. Let's go out to Blackbird. Why change that? That doesn't make any sense. They sing this song to the kids. It's like the song that they sing going to sleep. So my kids, because they love Boss Baby, they know all the words to the song and they sing it. It's the sweetest thing.
You play guitar?
No. My dad does. I wish I did. He can play to the kids. It's great. I can play trumpet to them, but it doesn't translate.
It's tough to fall asleep to. Turn a lullaby.
right. Good night, kids. All right, we got a lot more. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Take these broken wings and learn.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
Stay ahead of our summer traffic nightmare with Chris Sullivan's Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru.
We've been warning you for more than a year, and now the month of hell is upon us. Northbound I-5 is going to be closed across the Ship Canal Bridge this weekend, followed by a month of lane closures. It is going to be ugly. I'll tell you how to get through it on Choke Points tomorrow morning on Seattle's Morning News.
Get all of Sully's Choke Points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Hey guys, you probably know Valentine Roofing for, well, roofing. It's in the name. But did you know that they were voted best roofing company at Pacific Northwest 2 years running, and they do more than just roofing? If you need anything addressed on your siding, gutters, attic insulation, or exterior cleaning, you got to give them a call. That's just what I did. I recently had a moss problem on my roof. It happens here in the Northwest all the time. I called Valentine Roofing to schedule a service. It couldn't have been easier or faster. They did everything while I was at work, and after they finished and cleaned up, I got a link with all the details and photo and video from the service appointment, again, that I didn't even have to be there for. Valentine Roofing, it's a name you know, the team you can trust, and the craftsmanship your home deserves. So, next time you need work done on your house, whether it's your roof, siding, attic, gutters, you got to call my favorite home improvement company, Valentine Roofing. Schedule your free estimate today by calling Valentine Roofing at 206-ROOFING. That's 206-ROOFING, or schedule online at valentineroofing.com.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
No one wants to leave behind stress for their family. That's why a trust or a will is so important. Without one, your assets might go to the wrong people or leave out loved ones. Also, probate is long, expensive, and often avoidable with a revocable trust. Trustandwill.com makes it simple to create a personalized estate plan. A trust or will provides clarity and peace of mind. Get 20% off on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/radio.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey guys, it's Keith Dashafi from Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington, and we are not done celebrating 100 years of industry leadership. For a limited time, get $100 off every window, $100 off every door, or choose 60 months of 0% financing with no interest and equal payments. That's right, 100 years strong, and we're giving you more ways to save on the Pella difference. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaPNW.com. Thank you again for letting us serve you in the Northwest.
Seattle home prices, well, they just keep going up, and you might be ready to take advantage. If you're getting ready to sell or just moved into a new home, now is the time to get a thorough inspection of your crawl space and attic. And don't do it yourself. You don't want to be crawling around in there. You probably don't even really know what to look for. It's Mike Salk here, and Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to, so you can know if there's anything going on in your crawl space or attic without having to crawl into and evaluate those spaces on your own. A free inspection will let you know if your home is energy energy efficient, and if the air you're breathing is clean and safe. Plus, there are some really great utility rebates available right now to help you with the cost of the new installation if it's needed. How nice would it be to get someone else to cover that cost? Had them out to my house, and it was a great idea. Did that free corner-to-corner inspection, found some issues, they took the pictures, showed them to me, and then solved the problem. No issues since. If you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
The summer warehouse clearance sale is on now at Bob's Heating. We have an overstock of 2024 cooling equipment, and everything must go. Save 30% on all 2024 air conditioners and heat pumps while inventory lasts. Once these units are gone, they're gone, so now is your chance to save. As temperatures start to heat up, we'll help you cool down with our summer warehouse clearance sale. Call Bob's for your free estimate today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Tired of sitting on your suitcase? 2 words: packing cubes. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway, an alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. Now open and free through summer.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Gwen Baumgardner. New data from the Washington Immigration Rights Group shows a dramatic increase in local deportations. A report by La Resistencia puts the year's deportation flights out of Boeing Field on track to possibly double last year's flight count. Seattle's ICE field director has plans to expedite that process even further.
I'm hoping that we will be getting more staff, more deportation officers, more enforcement and removal assistants to get more boots out on the street.
Director Kamala Walmsley giving us exclusive access to the latest deportation flight departing Boeing Field yesterday with 13 adult detainees on board. Director Walmsley alleges nearly half of those passengers were violent criminals, one wanted for murder. As the flight took off, a protest was underway outside the airport. Local activists demanding more ICE transparency while calling for an end to local deportations. Meanwhile, the head of a Border Patrol agent union says help is on the way for Washington's northern border. Paul Perez, president of the National Border Patrol Council, tells Jason Rand's show on KTTH that more agents, drones, and cameras are coming now that the big, beautiful bill has passed.
Everything that we need, we have right now. We just don't have enough of it. And under the big, beautiful bill, we're going to get that.
He says the northern border is currently just as secure as the southern border. Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal is adding her voice to the Epstein file controversy. A simple social media post by the Democratic rep from Washington reads, "Release the Epstein files." She appeared on CNN's Situation Room this morning.
How do we get these files released? How do we make sure that the American public sees what is in these files, including that client list that apparently was there and now is no longer there?
Some Republicans also calling for the files to be released. President Trump says Attorney General Pam Bondi should release, quote, whatever she thinks is credible on Epstein. Debate on the Senate floor continues today about a bill to claw back previously approved funding, billions of it. Those cuts, if approved, would slash nearly $1 billion to public broadcasting entities like PBS, NPR. It would eliminate nearly $8 billion meant for foreign aid programs as well. The upper chamber narrowly voted to advance that package yesterday after a tie-breaking vote from VP Vance. Congress faces a Friday deadline to approve those cuts. And now to traffic from the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk. This report brought to you by Seattle Sports. For the past hour, I've been following this major backup in Fife. First responders at the scene. A major crash with a portion of northbound I-5 blocked off. This is happening near Porter Way with the right 2 lanes currently blocked. And in Ballard, a crash happening in just the past 10 minutes. This is near 15th Avenue Northwest and Northwest 61st. WSDOT asking people to use caution. Seattle to Everett, 57 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, if you're driving that way, it'll be about a 48-minute commute. Tacoma to Olympia, about 50 minutes. Construction causing a slight slow near JBLM. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on FM. You can dial 97.3 HD too. And this weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Yeah, you've heard it from us all day long. Hot, hot, hot. Likely the hottest day of the year here in Seattle. Currently at 87, but forecast to hit, if not pass, 90 degrees. Currently 91 in Tacoma, 94 in Olympia, and a cool 82 in Edmonds. I'm Gwen Baumgartner, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, you guys know who James Patterson is? He's a best-selling author.
Sure.
He's written over 200 books.
Wow.
114 New York Times bestsellers.
No.
Can you believe that?
Wow, that's amazing. That's incredible.
Incredible.
I had no concept that it was that
Obviously,
vast and successful.
A prolific writer. He now has a new book that he wrote. He teamed up with investigative reporter Vicky Ward. They just released this book 2 days ago on Monday. Actually, you can buy this now wherever fine books are sold. On the killings, that Brian Koberger murder trial that happened, and the killing of the 4 students in Moscow, Idaho. It's called The Idaho 4: An American Tragedy. I thought this was really interesting because James Patterson, obviously having his amazing resume and his ability to dig into and find motive, which is the thing that we're not going to know about now. Once they gave Koberger that plea deal and there was no longer going to be a trial and he was no longer fighting for his life, they're not going to have a chance to invest in it, really lay out for not just the families, but for everybody in the community what they think might have been the motive for his killing those 4 roommates. And so James Patterson and Vicky Ward, this investigative journalist, they did some digging, and they believe they have come up with what might have motivated him to be there that night. And they were talking to ABC News about this, pretty interesting, and they say that they think he was targeting one specific girl, and the rest were kind of just collateral damage.
Census that it was Maddie that Koberger was going for, and the victims' families, I think, would all agree with that. You know, everything points to that.
Maddie Mogan was the girl they're discussing.
Their friend Emily Allant told Patterson and Ward about a recurring nightmare after the murders, saying she imagined that Koberger went to the restaurant where Maddie worked, expressed romantic interest in her, and was rejected.
When they are told that the guy who murdered their friends is this guy, Brian Koberger, they don't recognize his photo.
Right, a total stranger.
They can't put it together. That's when Emily said the only explanation that she and Hunter could come up with is the story that, we tell as the story of her dream, that Brian Koberger targeted Maddie.
When the name came out, did you all start talking to each other and try to figure out how in the world this person came into everyone's lives?
My first thought was, who is that? Never saw the person ever in my life.
It's so strange, too, because another thing they discussed is they talk about, just how crazy it was that he got caught, because there was only really one piece of evidence that tied him to the murders.
Was that the scabbard?
The knife sheath?
Yeah.
And were it not for that, likely wouldn't have been able to tie him to it.
He almost committed the perfect crime. Had he not left the knife sheath, he probably wouldn't have got caught.
He probably wouldn't have gotten caught. Vicky Ward, one of the investigators who wrote this book along with James Patterson, talks about also, because they did 300 interviews for this book.
Oh,
yeah, really well researched.
I don't know how you can. Oh.
It is interesting. You're right. The mentality of having to live inside that world.
Yeah, that's
investigating that world. That's a dark place
to go.
Dark place to be. But I do think it's valuable. Somebody's got to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get inside the mind of what happens here, so you can try to figure out how to avoid these things in the future. It reminds me of that show on Netflix that we've talked about, Mindhunter. You've seen that?
Yes. Yeah.
Those guys have to live in the world of serial killers. This Koberger guy, boy, does he have a lot of the markings of.
And you are really performing a very worthwhile service to not just the community of interest in this case, but even the families.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
So, that's probably, I would imagine that's your motivating driving factor underneath all of the very, very painful work it takes to have over 300 interviews and put yourself in the mind of this sick individual.
You're advocating for the victim.
Yeah,
They can't
yeah.
speak for themselves. And
But
so
you
your
gotta
job
relive
is
this
to...
again
and again. It's horrible. But they talk to one of the people that they discuss in the book is one of the roommates. Remember one of the roommates who survived it and actually heard him, and he just kind of seemingly knew was there and walks out, and for whatever reason. So that experience of being in the house with this guy, they talk about in this ABC interview.
It sounded so surreal to them all because she said he had a black mask and he looked like he was carrying a black vacuum. And they're sitting there thinking, who could this be? And, what on earth has happened?
Hunter was the first person to arrive at 1122 King Road after one of the surviving roommates called Emily.
Emily got a call from Dylan around 11-ish, and then that's when I felt like I needed to go over.
And then what happened next?
I went into the house, and I think that's all I really am going to say.
He was also the one who called 911 that day and made sure Emily and her friends didn't see the grisly scene inside the house.
Is she breathing? No.
How did you remain so calm in that moment?
It was truly in my heart, I believe God was with me that day, and he gave me the strength to get through that day and to protect the girls and their hearts.
That's unbelievable. Because if you've read any details about the crime scene,
horrific,
just horrific. I don't even want to describe them on the show here. But they also asked Vicky Ward, who co-authored the book, why do you dive into a story like this? Why do you go and live in this world? You have to research this. This takes years to do. All these interviews, you have to become obsessed with it, just like a detective or an investigator. That's what she does. She's an investigative journalist. But that's a really hard thing to square in your own mind. And so why dive into a book like this?
I think a lot of people think they know what this story is, but you read the pages of the Idaho 4 because it turns out that actually you don't. And that's the surprise. You're not going to have Koberger standing in court telling us what happened. I understand the mixed reactions from the families. And, I have a lot of empathy for the Gonzalez family, because when you put yourself in their shoes, they've really been kept in the dark and they wanted answers, and now they won't get that satisfaction.
Patterson and Ward are hoping to give readers a true sense of who these 4 students were and all of their promise.
You will meet them and you will feel them as human beings.
I spoke to Stacy Chapin, Ethan's mom, and she did say, which was wonderful to hear, that she's so glad that this book exists because it means that they're not forgotten. It is a tribute to them and their lives.
That is a really cool thing when you think about so much of the focus. Obviously, it's on the horrible crime committed,
right.
And then you just see the all the attention that the killer gets, and just basically like the one picture that they kept showing of those 4 together outside of the house when they were happy, healthy, young college students with all this promise. But their families know such a much deeper version of this full potential, what their lives would have all been like, the kids they would have had, the memories they would have made, and to be able to share that with a larger audience.
And somebody with a talent like Patterson's,
to
help put that story together and weave this tale.
Pretty cool.
That needs to be told. Yeah, it is. It's not something I probably would ever consider even reading. That genre to me, but
it'd be a tough thing.
Yeah, but if there's anybody can can do it justice, I guess.
I might actually. This is the kind of book I think I would listen to. I'd do an audio tape of this one.
Oh.
Yeah. The Idaho 4, An American Tragedy. You can get it now by James Patterson and Vicky Ward. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got text messages, lots of good stuff. Stick around. Be right back.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
A big story developing this morning.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
Get the latest live from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
Huge impacts for Boeing and Boeing workers.
The office, the gym, anywhere.
Water, like taxes, goes all the way down to the bottom, so it'll either come out of the employee's paycheck or the lack of raise.
KIRO News Radio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, everyone, I want to tell you about my favorite new home improvement company, Valentine Roofing. And you probably know them for, well, roofing. In fact, they were voted best roofing company in the Pacific Northwest 2 years running. But did you know they do so much more than just roofing? You need anything done on your siding, gutters, attic insulation, or even exterior cleaning, give them a call. That's what I did. I recently had moss on my roof, which happens here in the Northwest. I called up Valentine Roofing to schedule a service. The best part was I couldn't be there. I got a busy schedule, just like you guys. I got to be at work. I got to run errands. I got to take the kids all around, yada, yada. I couldn't be there for the appointment. That wasn't a problem. They showed up. They did everything. They cleaned up everything. My roof looks like new, which is the best part. And then afterwards, I get a link with all the details, photos, video of the service. Valentine Roofing is a name you know, the team you can trust, and the craftsmanship your home deserves. So next time you need work done on your house, whether it's roofing, siding, attic, or gutters, call my favorite home improvement company, Valentine Roofing. That's 206 Roofing, or schedule online at valentineroof.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you worried about economic conditions, tariffs, and inflation? Are you tired of trying to time the stock market? Maybe it's time to take a little risk off the table given current market volatility. For stability, there's no better option than Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, a fixed return of 9%. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. We've been running local real estate investment funds for over 18 years with zero investor losses, averaging double-digit returns since inception, and we also accept IRAs. Over 1,000 local investors have invested over $250 million in our Legacy family of funds. Feeling uneasy? Don't gamble your hard-earned money or risk your retirement. Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, returning 9%, has limited openings for new investors right now.
Call 425-635-4700 or visit LegacyG.com. That's LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Legacy investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Worried about your aging parents' bathroom? You can convert that old tub into a walk-in shower with Bathfitter. Custom fit, installed in just one day with 0% interest for 24 months. Call Bathfitter now or visit bathfitternw.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales Event, going on right now through July 20th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales Event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference at drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
All right, welcome back to the show. You guys have been so great participating with us on the text line, also on the YouTube page, which is a ton of fun. 888-973-5476 is the text line. Jake and Spike live is the YouTube page. Check us out there. What are you laughing at, Spike?
Cooling your house with yogurt in the windows.
Oh, yeah.
Cliff, you just won.
Let's start with Cliff.
Yeah.
We got a lot of good texts today. Let's get to it.
Cliff from Woodinville. Maybe instead of yogurt, try blinds, drapes, or literally any other normal window covering.
Yeah. What the hell? He said.
Seriously.
That's a story from the BBC in England where they recommended folks who want to cool their houses down. One way you can do it is with spreading yogurt.
Yogurt on the windows.
On your windows.
Sure.
Because England is a modern place.
And it beats eating yogurt, I guess.
Go for it, Laura.
How are you beating the heat? 206 says we are enjoying margaritas while floating in the pool. Randy and Peggy and Duval.
Okay.
Shout out.
Nice, Randy. Where's our invite?
Yeah, text us that.
Come over and swim in the pool.
Duval, the pool margaritas, yes.
You got a pool of margaritas? I'm there. I'm breaking dogs out of hot cars. Joel in Big Lake. This is the fentanyl. Oh, this was the fentanyl dog. Poor little pup.
Oh, no, I think he was talking about saving. Joel's talking about saving dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, because we talked
breaking
about
dogs out of cars. There's two stories.
The one
Either
was
hot cars.
Yeah, the hot story was what.
Or drug addicted dogs.
Yeah.
Joel in Big Lake says, as a first responder, I pop at least 2 windows a year to save either pets or children. That's horrible.
It is.
I mean, it's good that he's doing it. I'm not saying it's horrible that he's doing it.
because maybe he's got a side business in glass replacement. Rochelle says, I got to say, that's one cool thing about a Tesla. Dog mode. Keeps the dog at 60 degrees.
Isn't that neat?
Really?
Yeah, they have them. You could keep your dog in there and it will. Because you don't have to have the car on because it's electric.
Sure, it's electric. Oh, that's cool.
It's just like it recognizes the dog.
Well, if you don't have an EV, this is definitely what you should do. Nini says, when I left my dog in the car, I always left a note visible that had the date and time I left him, a note that the AC was on, and there was a digital thermometer in the back seat that people could read. I also left my cell number with a plea to text or call me before breaking a window. It's like $200 to replace a window. I never had a broken window, yay, but I did get many nasty notes with rude scolding. Truly makes me wonder if people can read.
Question. As an investigator, which I'm not, but we do solve crimes, I left a note that the AC was on. Lie detected. How are you leaving the AC on if your car's not on? You're not going to leave your car.
She said she had 2 sets of keys.
So she left a
she
set
left
of
her
keys
motor running with the car on and the
Locked
dog
the
inside.
car.
Locked the car with the keys in, running, and the AC on. Okay. I guess, okay.
I'm amazed her car window wasn't broken to steal your car.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I know your dog was safe. That's wonderful. And the new owner of your car and your dog will be happy together.
She probably
Can
lives
your
in a
dog
nice
fight?
area.
Is your dog menacing looking?
On the garbage strike and a stinky daycare. Matthew in Tacoma says, I love the smell of Pampers in the morning. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Bruce in the 253. No, it's not. Bruce in the 253 says, I had a friend of mine with 6-person family who made one of these things. It uses lever action, and it compresses your garbage and works pretty well. He made us an illustration of kind of a, I don't know how to describe
it.
This.
It looks like a teeter-totter that you hook onto your garbage can.
Okay. Like a reverse catapult.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it has like a stomping down element that's using the leverage from the back of the handle on the garbage can to compress the garbage.
To compress the garbage. Okay, yeah.
It's not going to beat my weight jumping up and down on it. It's probably safer, but I'm not going to be able to compress it.
Unless you throw a shoulder out trying to jack this thing up hard enough to push the garbage down.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's a good invention.
Yeah, thank
good
you
job.
for caring enough to share that.
Thank you,
patent.
Bruce.
Is that patented? Because we're going to make some money.
Yeah, that's good. Ron in Issaquah says, garbage draws rats and rodents. I live on Tiger Mountain. How about bears and raccoons? You wouldn't believe the mess.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
and on bringing things to the dump and the best things to throw. 253 says, I threw an old toilet.
Oh, yeah. Toilets are very satisfying to throw. Very satisfying. I feel like we're getting some sort of
I'm here
loss
to
of feed here, and I'm not sure what's happening. Could be heat related. I hope you all.
If you can hear us, we can't hear you at all. So we're hoping.
Let's keep reading until we are told that we are off the air. Bim in Marysville says, don't forget to show your kids the big outdoor dumps. It's where all the dump stations take the garbage.
That's awful.
That's where they almost died in Toy Story, right?
An incinerator going up the ramp. That was one of the most horrifying
oh my God,
videos.
The tear-jerking.
Toy Story was a very good ending to that movie. For anybody who just regained us after.
If we just got you back.
If we just lost you for a second. It's probably because we're talking about garbage dumps being full.
You think there's a union rep that's killed our signal? Because
it could possibly be. But Laura brought up the fact that Toy Story 3 ends at a dump. That's where all those toys went.
I remember.
But
it was traumatic for my kid. My kid was on my lap crying.
Yeah. Happy
watching
ending,
that movie.
though. Happy ending. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Get to Chuck E. Cheese. This is good on his real name. What's Chuck E. Cheese stand for?
On Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
206 says, if it was a rat, it would be eating the pizza.
There you go.
Maybe the only one. On obscenely expensive resale concert tickets, Pearl Jam had the right idea 30 years ago. $18 tickets. Blank Ticketmaster.
Pretty good. All right, I'm going to read this last one really fast because we're out of time. 425 says, I went to that same Paul McCartney concert with 10 others, including some teenagers. We were on our way to our cheap seats when a man with a British accent approached us and asked us where we were sitting. He then told us that he had some better seats and to follow him. He led us down all the way to the first floor and handed us tickets for the first row. Wow, what a show. Apparently, Paul does this for for fans at every show so that he can have true fans in the front row, not just rich people. That's why McCartney's the best. He's fantastic.
Love it.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Check out John Curley next. We got to go. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.